followed by the playing of our
Gentlemen, welcome to Doyle Field.
The MIAA, Doherty High School, Leominster High School, would like once again to acknowledge any first responders and veterans. Please rise and be acknowledged by the crowd. Any first responders and veterans. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. We're asking everyone to please rise at this time. Face toward the west in our big beautiful U.S. flag. Please remove any hats and helmets as we honor America with the national anthem tonight, performed by the Leominster High School Marching Band under the direction of Band Director Barry Hudson, Drum Major Hilton Harvey, and Assistant Drum Major Jared Lantane.
cast above historic Doyle Field, of course, in honor and as ordered by the President of the United States to honor the lives lost in Las Vegas earlier this week. So we get set for action, and Kate, you are ready for kickoff.
I was born ready.
Indeed.
As always. Brought to you, as always, tonight is the kickoff by Troy Hubert Construction, a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years experience. Make Troy Hubert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hubert online at troyhubertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate. And now with the call of the game tonight, as always, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Doherty with the football. Ball on the T 40-yard line at our radio left, set to kick off from left to right. Those of you joining us on Leominster TV, we welcome you tonight as well. That kick will be going from right to left. It's Sotir Naslazi with the ball on the tee at the 40 to our left. Naslazi on the approach. Right-footed kick, the one step drives it down the field left to right. It will be returned from the Blue Devil 15-yard line. Full head of steam coming straight up the field. It looked like Reynolds who crosses the 25 and the 30, and he's brought down there. And it was indeed Justice Reynolds on the return for the Blue Devils, setting up with good field position here on their opening drive. First down and 10, their own 33-yard line at right hash. As Kate mentioned, Leominster will go from right to left in this first quarter of action, just 6 seconds into this one. Leominster's first offensive play coming up. Pat Gallagher, the quarterback, walks to the line with the 0-4 record. Couch, the single back in the backfield, the receiver to either side, and he goes under center, does Gallagher. Gallagher the snap on first down. Gives it to Couch, going laterally to the left. With room, got the 40, then midfield, then dragged down at the Highlander 40-yard line. They'll mark him up to the 39, and it's a Leominster first down. And look out, it's a quick first play from scrimmage and a run off tackle that works.
And I was curious to see whether they come out the way they did 2 weeks ago with this two tight end set, just trying to pound the ball. And I think that's what Doherty saw. And they tried to stick 8-9 guys in the box, and they got burned on the outside because nobody was there to seal the edge, and nobody was there to chase down Couch for another 20-30 yards.
So here comes a Leominster first down and 10 at the Highlander 39-yard line at left hash. Couch the single back in the backfield. Viola to his left, and that's Rodriguez to the right. Bad snap between Morey and Gallagher. Gallagher has to go to the ground, pick it up in his fingers, and follows Morey forward, falling to about the 36-yard line. It will go as a gain of 3, second down and 7.
I was very curious to see whether they'd come out the way they did 2 weeks ago, two tight end set, pound the ball, or if they'd come out the way they did last week with a lot of shotgun, a lot of pass run mix. It seems like they're going to be pounding the ball a little bit more tonight than they did last week against Shrewsbury.
Second down and 7 from the 36-yard line at left hash. Couch is the single back. Viola short to the left. Rodriguez wide to the right. Gallagher under center. Calls for the ball. He's got it on the snap. Handoff for Couch. Couch goes forward off the left side of the formation, pushes it up to about the 35-yard line, and it's going to make for a third down and about 6 to go.
The Highlanders are really stacking the box right now. They're sticking 7-8 guys in there every play. It seems like they're pretty committed to shutting down runs up the middle.
And that's certainly something they've had a chance to see just a couple of minutes into this one. 9:25 remaining in the first quarter. No score, Leominster and Doherty here from Doyle Field tonight. First offensive possession of the game belongs to Leominster.
And right away, Leominster with a third and moderate yardage right here in Highlanders territory. It would be nice if they could keep this drive going.
It would indeed. 35-yard line of the Highlanders at left hash. Couch the single back. Two receivers set. A fake off the snap. Roll out. Gallagher's got pressure in his face. Launches it left sideline and just out of the reach on the wheel route from the running back, Couch. Cannot reel it in. Pass falls incomplete. Fourth down and 6 to go at the Highlander 35.
I like the play call from Coach Palazzi going to that rollout to the right while Adam Couch snuck out on a wheel route out to the left. Had his defender beat, but Pat just overthrew him a little bit with some pressure in his face.
Once again here, Coach Palazzi keeping his offense on the field as usual. Pretty aggressive in the offensive play calling, and once again now we have a fourth down and 6 from the Highlander 35 for the Blue Devils. Right now they've run 3 plays, and they've gone to the ground game twice. Oh, pardon me, 4 plays. They've gone to the ground 3 times and attempted the aerial attack once. Let's see what they do here.
Single back is Couch. Under center, Gallagher. Twins out to the right. There's a fake. He'll roll out to the right with the gap for the defense. Throws back across his body, and just behind his intended receiver, the tight end, Del Judas. The pass will fall incomplete. Turnover on downs. It's a 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, their own 35-yard line.
Right there, that drive, 5 plays, covering 31 yards, time of possession only 51 seconds. Really come off of the clock here for the Blue Devils.
And in comes quarterback Chris Schoen, getting the start tonight for the Highlanders. Schoen, the junior quarterback, 6'2", 185. He'll be spelled by the freshman Noah Callery. Callery, 5'10", 170. They have a little problem with the package on the field. There's the whistle to start the play clock. Play comes in from the far sideline. They now have 11, they believe, on the field. Schoen will break the huddle with his 3-1 record. Let's see what he can do with his offense. It's a shotgun with 2 backs, 3 receiver set. Quick strike out to the right, no drop, and finds his intended receiver on the near sideline. It was 16, Philadarkwa, the tight end.
He's only going to get the line of scrimmage, however. Officially no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Highlanders from the 35.
Darkwa was split all the way out off the line from that tight end spot. Here comes a 2nd and 10, their own 35. The Highlanders going left to right. They need to move the football to their own 45 for a 1st down. 4 receivers spread this time. Single back in the backfield. Back to pass drop. Schoen looks out to his left and throws. Pass is incomplete. Looking for the running back, Tejan Vassar, who was split out in the slot to the left. 2 quick plays from the Highlanders, 2 quick incompletions. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 to go from their own 35.
And this is exactly what you want if you're the Blue Devils defense. Have a 3rd and long, pretty well into your own territory. And so right now, the big stop coming up for the Blue Devils.
3rd and long, and here comes Callery in at quarterback, the freshman. 2 back set, the snap, the handoff quickly goes inside. Looked like 21 on that carry. First carry through, of course, we don't have the 21. That tends to happen. What can I say? It tends to happen.
Welcome to our world. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, right.
We'll work with it. No gain on the play. If anything, a short gain on the play. Looks like 4th down and about 9 to go, although the down marker did not move. The football is at the 36-yard line. And Schoen goes back in punt formation, standing at his own 24. Good snap, right-footed kick, well struck. It hops and takes a Highlander bounce across the Blue Devil 25 and touchdown at the Leominster 20, where they will set up shop for their 2nd drive. Check of our time and temperature brought to you by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group, located at Route 13 in Lunenburg. North End Subaru, proud to be a Subaru President's Club Award winner and a stellar performer dealer. Online at northendsubaru.com. 61 degrees under fair skies at 11 minutes past 7 on a Friday night here at historic Doyle Field.
Can I have a number on the punter?
18.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, Robbins, I think you
Hey,
missed
gee,
your calling
thanks.
as a meteorologist.
I do my level best. 1st down and 10 to go from the 20-yard line at left hash for Leominster. Snap and the quick handoff for Couch. He goes laterally to the left and just crossed the 20-yard line to about the 21. Give him a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Watch this. Fashion. Leominster is wearing the home royal blue tops and bottoms, white helmets, the single royal blue stripe, white trim, dash of pink tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Meanwhile, the Highlanders wearing the road white gold bottoms trimmed in maroon and pink tonight with the gold helmets with the white grill.
What just happened?
That's called the radio description
This
of
is
uniforms.
Fashion Week brought to you by Todd, the Boy
2nd
Scout.
down and 9. 2 receivers set, single back in the backfield, under center Gallagher. But a counter
big
motion, a
hit.
double block. Gallagher sprung free and throws the pass wide and
Zach
incomplete.
Calladay buries one of the Highlanders.
It was a combination of Calladay with a little bit of a cut block from Adam Couch, who went low. Guy got high load coming on the block. It did spring Gallagher free, but nobody in the general area had to throw it away.
My word.
6:43 remaining in the first quarter. Not much happening here at
I
historic
don't
Doyle
think Amin enjoyed the fashion report.
He's a little bit stunned.
It confused me. I didn't expect it. I wasn't prepared for it.
He's like the Doc Emmerich of fashion. He has more words to describe.
The Doc Emmerich of fashion.
He describes the uniforms to a T.
3rd and 9. Leominster needs to move to their own 31 for the first. Shotgun spread, 4 receivers set. Gallagher back to pass on 3rd down. Looks to his left and throws. Outside and incomplete. Mike Viola was the intended receiver. John Forson in the coverage for the Highlanders. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 9 for Leominster at their own 21. Going right to left, and they'll send Mike Viola back into punt formation at their own 10-yard line.
I don't even think Coach Palazzi go for it in this situation. This
No.
might be one of the few, but he will punt here.
Good snap for Viola.
Oh boy.
Connor Marchand gets the punt away. Marchand's punt angling toward the sideline and out of bounds. I know this much. That traveled about 20 yards in the air. And now out of bounds.
That was a dead duck.
At the Leominster 40-yard line.
That netted 18 yards.
18 yards. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders at the Leominster 40-yard line. They won the field position battle on that exchange of possessions. Highlander 1st down and 10 from the Leominster 40 at left hash. Doherty going from left to right here in quarter 1 on the K-zone, or right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV.
Doherty has the freshman quarterback in, I believe.
Yeah, that is Callery. Fake the handoff, keep it himself. The freshman bounces it off the left side of the formation, crosses the 40, reaches toward the 35. He'll be marked down there. Gain of 5 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 5. Not common to see a two-headed quarterback attack. You'll see two-headed running back attacks, but not common to see them as far as quarterbacks go.
I mean, the saying goes, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback. So.
As it turns out, 2nd and 5, Callery still in there. Back to pass, rolls out to his right, chucks downfield. Brian Rodriguez got up there. The throw cleared him. Pass fell incomplete. It hit the hands of Evan Brunell and then fell incomplete. 3rd down and 5, back at the Leominster 35.
And that's real fortunate for Brian Rodriguez because he got beat on that route. It's very fortunate for him that that Chris Schoen underthrew his receiver, because otherwise that could have been a touchdown.
Indeed, it would. 3rd and 5, and that was the freshman Callery, and I point that only because Callery is considered the speed back. He's considered the runner, whereas Schoen the passer. It's one of those things you got to keep him honest. You're going to have the running quarterback pass and the passing quarterback run.
Especially when you're going up against the Dave Palazzi defense.
3rd and 5 in the snap. Something was off. Flag flew immediately.
False start.
Yeah, procedure is going to be the call. Bob Bonsi gives the official signal. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be a 3rd and 10. Back at the Blue Devil 40-yard line for the Highlanders, moving left to right with what was clearly their best starting field position. They were able to advance it 5 yards on 1st down. An incompletion and then a penalty marks it back to the 40, Kate.
One of the things that I know that we talked about and we have talked about with Coach in the past is that sometimes you have teams that do one thing and they do it really, really well, a la a Wachusett. Right now, I feel like because of the chess game that's going on between these two head coaches, sometimes you're asking a quarterback to do something that's not their specialty.
Callery back to pass, finds a little slant complete to John Forson. He's across the Leominster 30 and down at the 26-yard line, but a flag was down before the ball was released. Came from the line judge at the 40-yard line. We'll see what the signal is. An eligible man downfield against the Highlanders. So that will take a good completion and a 1st down off the board.
Been some good fortune on this drive for Leominster between Brunell getting underthrown on 2nd down and now a couple penalties here. Another stop would be huge for them to get a little bit of confidence in their defense going forward in this football game.
Make it a 3rd down and 15 to go. The ball marked back to the Leominster 45. So the Highlanders drive, which originally gained 5, is now lost 10. Net of loss of 5 yards on this drive back to the Leominster 40-yard line at left hash. They need to advance the ball to the Leominster 30 for a 1st down. Shotgun with the back, 4 receivers set. Calorie back to pass, looks to his left and throws. Pass is complete for the speedy Vassar. Vassar's got some room, slicing through the defense, crosses the 35 and brought down around the 31-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard or so. It'll make it 4th and very short.
And you talked about it in the pregame about the speed of this Doherty team, and it seems like they're really trying to exploit that, either with quick screen passes, players moving off the line. It just seems like they're really content to try and get their guys into a little bit of open space, because if they can get a little bit of open space, they might be off to the races.
They marked him down officially at the 32-yard line of the Blue Devils at left hash. So it's 2 yards to a first down at the Leominster 30 for the Highlanders. They come quickly to the line. The freshman Calorie still at quarterback. 2 backs in the backfield with him. The snap, the give to the back in Vassar. Vassar takes it off the left side of the formation, crosses the 30-yard line and brought down at the 26, and it's a Highlander first down. Vassar kid's got a quick first step. It's just about getting it into his hands, whether it's a handoff right in the stomach or whether it's a quick pitch out to him. 1st and 10 from the Blue Devil 26-yard line, middle of the field. Motion man is Vassar. They fake the handoff. Calorie keeps it. Waits for the traffic to clear in front of him. He's got some room. Crosses the 20, brought down around the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. He'll be shy of a Highlander first down. Nope, they say he's across the 15 officially, and it is a Highlander first down at the Leominster 14-yard line.
Officially a gain of 12 on that one.
You were not kidding about these kids and their speed, huh?
No doubt about it. It's a mark of a Highlander team. One of those inner city teams, they've always got the speed. The snap, Calorie hands it to Vassar. Vassar laterally to the left, stacked up by the defense and forced out of bounds. If he gained anything, it was maybe a half a yard. Looks like they're marking it at no gain. 2nd and 10 at the Leominster 14-yard line.
And he couldn't quite make the tackle, but that was a really good job by Justice Reynolds, moving laterally across the line and getting there, just kind of blow up the play. Even if he didn't make the tackle, he kept it from being anything of a big gain.
3:40 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Leominster and Doherty. The teams have exchanged slugs, but this is the best scoring opportunity either team has had with the Highlanders at the Leominster 14-yard line. Calorie, the fake, roll out, little shot put pass, complete in the hands of Finbar Courtney. Courtney got a little room, angling toward the 5-yard line, brought down across the 5 at about the 3, and that will be a Highlander first down and goal at the Leominster 3-yard line at right hash.
This is going to be a big series for the Blue Devils, because if they can get a stop here, if they can even hold the Highlanders to a field goal, it could be big in this football game.
Indeed it could. We'll see what the defense can do. Coach Palazzi was calling to the line official on his sideline. I think he was a little unsure whether that had achieved the first down or not, but it was given a first down. 1st and goal officially marked at the 4-yard line. Pistol formation, Vassar behind Calorie. He gets the handoff on the snap and through the defense, untouched into the end zone, and it's a Highlander touchdown. 2:51 to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Doherty's on the board.
And that happened real quick, didn't it?
Went from a drive that lost 5 yards net to scoring. That changed very quickly. So Tir Naslazi out to attempt the extra point. Evan Brunel does the holding. Naslazi wearing the pink sleeves, black shoes. Snap. Down by Brunel. The kick, a little quick flick of the knee. No good. Wide to the right. Team's coming back up the field. 2:51 to play in the first quarter with the score. Doherty 6 and Leominster nothing. A break and we're back with more. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. Our first opportunity for us to say hello to you. Remember, when radio steps away, we can talk to you with a little extra analysis. And I mean, just quickly, that drive turned on a dime.
We talked about 2 weeks ago, St. John's having this sort of machine gun offense, and the Highlanders have that in a little bit of a different way. They don't play that hurry-up style, but when they come at you fast, and their speed really started to expose the Blue Devils on that drive.
And that one stung for 6. Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster. Alongside Amin Torrey and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins. Happy to have you along with us. Ball back on the tee, 40-yard line at our left. So Tir Naslazi has the ball teed up. The right-footed kicker, got kind of an awkward, quick flick, maybe a one-step approach. This time gets a little bit more of a head of steam and now throws the full leg at it. It will be returned by Justice Reynolds from his own 15-yard line, coming from right to left. He's got right sideline. Just the kicker to beat. Beats the kicker, Naslazi at midfield. The defense catches back up as Naslazi slowed him down. Across the Highlander 40 and taken down at the Highlander 43-yard line. Fantastic return for Justice Reynolds.
And now the Blue Devils have some good field position. It's really important for them to capitalize it, get the momentum moving back in their direction, and take control of this football game.
Officially goes as a return of 42 yards to the 44-yard line of the Highlanders.
Can I just say, Satir Naslazi, his cleats, sea green, not black. You failed me as a fashion reporter. Unbelievable.
Sea green from this distance? I'm impressed you can tell the difference.
I own those cleats, that's why.
Aha!
You
First
would.
and 10 from the 44 at right hash. Gallagher out of an eye, the snap, the handoff to the second man through the hole. It was Adam Couch. Couch got ahead of steam there, and he's pulled down on the play after a gain of about 2. Second down and 8. Just under 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 6-0 the lead for Doherty right now.
Couch has gotten quite ahead of steam going right up that A gap and seemed to stop almost on a dime there. So nice containment by the Doherty Highlanders defensive line right there in the box. I thought that he was going to be able to break through that and get some potential yardage.
Second down, 7 to go at right hash. Couch the single back in the formation. A receiver on either side. Gallagher under center with the snap. Gives it to Couch. Quickly swarmed and taken down. I saw Melanio Colon in there with the tackle on the left side. He might have had a half tackle with maybe Mike Shaler in there. Somebody on the opposite side that I couldn't see a number of. Put him down immediately.
It's interesting that the Highlanders are still stacking the box and the Blue Devils aren't going to any sort of shotgun pistol kind of passing formation. The only guy they're keeping, they're only playing 3-4 guys back in coverage. It seems like you might be able to expose that a little bit with Paul Yadam kind of being that sole safety back there. The seams be wide open.
3rd and 6 it goes at the Highlander 45 at right hash. Leominster going from right to left. Highlanders making an adjustment on the front. They now end up with 5 down linemen. Here's the snap. The handoff goes to Couch. Couch bounces it to the outside right. Gets a little room crossing the 40, brought down around the 36. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 3 to go. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Sorry about that, Amy.
Do you think he's going to go for it here?
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
Just sneaking suspicion. I think he might.
Now you're getting the hang
I'm
of
going
this.
to reach into my movie references here. We're going to go to Waterboy. There's no tomorrow for them. We know, Brett. We know. Brett Musburger. There's no tomorrow. We know.
You wear a lot of hats
We
today,
know.
huh?
I
Movie
do-
connoisseur,
I do it all.
fashion artist.
Well, you know about the movies. 4th down, 3 to go. Single back is Couch. Gallagher under center. The snap. They give the handoff to Couch. He plunges into the A gap. He's reaching toward the 35.
Give it to
Even
him.
if he does, he will still be shy. They needed the Highlander 34 for the first down. They're going to put the ball down. It is shy of the 35. That will not be enough.
Semantics.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't really like the call of just a basic halfback dive up the middle. I thought the only way they're getting yards today is on some quick passing routes and some off tackles, stuff to the outside. So it seems odd to me to go back to that heavy set on 4th and 2 and just try and pound the ball up the middle, and kind of backfired there.
On the turnover on downs, the Highlanders get the football, their own 36-yard line, hash to the left. 25.5 seconds left in this first quarter of action, and Doherty with the 6-0 lead. Noah Callery, the freshman, continues in that quarterback spot. 2 backs in the backfield with him. A little confusion on the Highlander side of things.
Timeout.
And Coach Mulcahy says timeout.
That's a team timeout.
It is indeed. They will take their first. He's going to talk to quarterback Noah Callery over on the far side. And, of course, he has to have seen something with Callery in there that he didn't see was showing on the first couple of opportunities. Thus the reason he keeps bringing him back.
And, I mean, it seemed to pay off on that last drive. They turned into a buzzsaw over the last few plays of that scoring drive. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stick with the kid.
Agreed. And coming out of the timeout, here's Callery. 1st and 10, his own 36 going left to right. Counter motion from Vassar at the snap. He gets the handoff from Callery, and Vassar crosses the 35. He's brought down around the 37-yard line. There's a lineman down on the play. Sam Doa, the right guard, is slow to get up. Clock continues to run here in the first quarter. Doa does get back to the huddle. 4 ticks remaining in this quarter, and that's where we're going to change ends. 1 quarter of play in the books here from Doyle Field with the score. Doherty 6 and Leominster nothing. We take a break. We're back with more second quarter of action from historic Doyle Field when we come back. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV and Facebook Live tonight as well. Taking a look at the Facebook Live feed right now, we thank those of you who have been joining us or trying to join us via Facebook Live throughout the season. The hard-working crew over there, led by Carl Primarini and Jack Selly, along with Alan Redstone and a host of others at Leominster TV, doing their best back at Master Control to try to bring this one together on Facebook Live and, of course, on Leominster TV as well, where I was talking to some viewers today who were telling me how fantastic the Leominster TV signal looks and how far it has come in the last few years. So a great credit to the staff of Leominster TV, bringing great views tonight of this one. Jack Selly's down on the sideline tonight, wandering about, wearing the headset and on the camera tonight, spelling Blake Curry for a week of action. Back to Doyle Field here on the K-Zone. Teams change ends. Highlanders going from right to left here in quarter number 2. A quick dive forward in the hands of Vassar. Crosses the Highlander 37-yard line to the 38. Goes as a gain of 1. Third down, 9 to go for the Highlanders. Just 30 seconds into this second quarter, and the Highlanders with the 6-zip lead.
Blue Devils would love a stop here.
Callery at the quarterback spot. Backpedals on the snap. With some room, he rolls out. Still carrying the ball. Shot puts it down the field, over the defense and Couch, and into the hands of John Forson. Forson tries to elude Couch, who is getting back into the play and stepped out of bounds at the Blue Devil 30-yard line, stopping the clock with 10:10 to play in the second quarter. A Callery pitch to Forson down the field with the catch for 31 yards.
It was a real good job by Noah Callery to salvage that play, break the pocket. The Blue Devils tried to collapse down, and they left a man wide open down the left sideline for a big gain for the Highlanders.
And that's exactly right. It looked like, as the quarterback was moving to his left, it looked like it was going to be a broken play, maybe even thrown out of bounds, but all of a sudden he finds his receiver, and they get a lot of yak.
Callery on 1st and 10. Vassar was the motion man, gets the handoff from the snap. He crosses the numbers with some room. He's running away from the defense across the 5 and the goal line. It's a Tejan Vassar touchdown on a run of 30 yards.
This is what we talked about during their first drive. This kid's got a real quick first step, so if they get him just a little bit of space, he can turn that into a lot of bit of space.
Indeed, he did. He found some room, bouncing the play all the way out to the numbers on the right of the formation, and then he literally ran down the numbers. 30, 20, 10, end zone, gone. Speed kills. Timeout on the field taken by Coach Mulcahy before the point after. 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 12-0, the Highlander lead, pending the point after. Good time for our hard-working player spotlight, and it's brought to you by Workers Credit Union, home of the $3 million give-back program. The more you bank, the more you get back. Check them out on the web at WCU.com. Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. Our Workers Credit Union hard-working player spotlight? Let me see. Tejan Vassar?
Maybe. Just maybe. Listen.
Who? Yeah, who's that guy?
The guy with the points.
Yeah, all
that
of
guy.
them.
Yeah, all the points so far. I mean, listen, it just seems like the Highlanders can throw so many different looks at you out of one look. Just out of that shotgun formation, they've got Vassar coming across the line one way, another guy going the other way. Callery can keep it himself. They're really keeping the Blue Devils guessing, and that's led to the difference on the scoreboard.
Now they're going to attempt to go for 2. First point after was missed by Naslazi after the first touchdown. So Callery and the first team offense on the field. 2-back set out of a gun. Callery, drop back to pass. No open receiver. Waits for the play to develop a little more. Reaching up for it is Brunell. Did he tap the feet? No. They say he's out the back of the end zone. 2-point conversion, no good. Teams coming back up the field. 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Doherty 12 and Leominster nothing, and more to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. Good opportunity to thank our action sports sponsors here on Leominster TV. The Il Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, and Dream Kitchens and Baths. We thank all of you for supporting LTV's action sports and making this great programming possible. You're at that crucial moment here. 12-0 you trail if you are the Blue Devils. Back on the K-Zone here on WPKZ AM 1280 and 105.3 FM. Just started to say over on our bonus coverage on Leominster TV. You're at this crucial moment. You trail 12-0 if you're Leominster right now. You've got an 0-4 record. You pretty much have no tomorrow at this point. So something's got to happen. Something's got to give. You got to do something.
You read my mind. I was about to say that. I don't mean to be dramatic, but the season might come down to the next 10 minutes. The rest of this quarter might be the story of the season for this Leominster football team.
A ground ball fielded on the play by Reynolds. Reynolds gets some room and muscles his way across the 25. He's brought down around the 27-yard line, and that's where Leominster has their shop set up. First down and 10, their own 27-yard line, coming left to right or right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. 9:50 to play here in the second quarter, and Leominster chasing 12 here in this one. And I mean, I agree with you. I think we are at that point, and it is unfortunately not over dramatic. You know that anything below 4-4, you are out, which guarantees you're going to play 2 meaningless games in about 4 weeks' time. Not really great for the old morale in the city. And Coach Palazzi grabs the timeout. His first of the day. Appears to be a package issue. He's speaking with his wide receivers coach, Jose Navarro, on the sideline. And now takes the 30-second timeout. He's talking to Pat Gallagher. Sends the play right back in. Just trying to get the right package on the field. Has to burn a timeout to do it.
And if you're a coach, that's a look you do not want to get while you're on the sideline. If it's your part of the package not in, shades of Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick not this Thursday, but last weekend.
Indeed it was. First and 10, Leominster. Their own 27 going left to right. Reynolds shifts in motion. He'll be in the backfield at the snap. The snap, they give it to Couch, had a small hole, leans into it, crossing the 30-yard line, and brought down around the 32. Goes for a gain of a handful, officially 4, 2nd and 6.
And so if I may finish my point, I
Yes.
really just think that this is a huge drive, because if the Blue Devils can march down the field, make this a one-score game, maybe make a stop and get back into it, that's very different than if they have a 3-and-out here, they have to punt the ball away, and the Highlanders are coming back down the field. They're in trouble, not just in this game, but in this season.
Which one of us cut him off? He needed to finish his point.
No, he just wanted to return
The football game cut
Oh,
me off.
okay. I got nervous. I said, who done it?
Nobody.
Who done it?
2nd and 6 to go. Leominster
Watch
stands
out.
their own 32-yard line. Out of a gun, Gallagher, Couch, the lead blocker. He launches it down the right sideline, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Gabe Elias. Is that Vassar there in coverage? I believe it was. Going step for step with Elias, although Elias had beat him by at least a step down the field and was overthrown by 10 yards.
That's a tough throw to make.
It is indeed.
Well thrown ball, though. One of the better thrown balls, especially in a go route situation from Gallagher. Good to see.
Yeah, to be clear, neither of you cut me off. It's just there was a football game happening, and I had to stop talking so Todd could
got
do his
nervous.
thing.
That was good. He was good.
No, I did not. That's not how I meant
He's
it.
good.
That's not how he rolls.
I am not.
Oh, yes, it is. 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun set. Couch in the backfield with Gallagher. 3 receivers at the open side left. Here's the snap. Gallagher back to pass. Hanging in the pocket with some time this time. Now he's going to tuck. Run to the short side right. Crosses the 35 and is angled out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Another small handful gained. The wing official on the far side has a first down, and they mark him out at the 39-yard line. That's a Leominster first
I had
down.
a first down, too.
Indeed.
You know,
Because, why not?
Mike Viola and Gabe Elias both look like they got open to me streaking down the field, but the play kind of took too long to develop, and they were a little bit too far gone for Pat to make that throw on the run 30, 35 yards down the field.
It makes it a first down and 10 to go at the Blue Devil 39-yard line nonetheless, right? Shotgun formation coming out here. Couch is in the backfield with Gallagher in the gun. 4 receivers, split evenly, 2 in either direction. And here comes Reynolds in motion from right to left. At the snap, they fake the handoff. Gallagher kept it himself. Little Statue of Liberty move there as Couch bounced out to the right. Gallagher quietly tucked and went to the left and steps across the 45 before being ultimately brought down at the Leominster 46-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Indeed, 2nd down, 2 to go.
My mom asked how she could watch this football game, and I told her I'd send her a link, and I forgot to, and she texted me saying, still waiting for the link.
Oh, she's adorable.
Mom cares.
And we thank Mrs. Torrey for loaning you to us each and every week.
Send her that link.
I don't live with her anyways.
Send that to her now.
I live at school. She doesn't loan me anywhere.
That may be true.
She did lend me the car today, though.
See?
there
Help
it
this
is.
out. on second down in the pistol. The snap, Couch with a handoff, eludes a defender into the second level. Now some room, Couch streaking with 3 receivers behind him, and Vassar caught up to him and stripped him from behind. Loose football going the other way. It's Paul Yadam bouncing it out to the right. Highlanders with the football, cutting it back across their own 30 and brought down at the 31-yard line. That is the ultimate of the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat. Leominster has his situation beat. All of a sudden, Vassar comes back into the play, strips the ball away from Couch, and it's going back the other way. Blue Devils down on the field all across this play.
That entire play is indicative for this entire season.
Justin, you think they're going to break away?
Then they cough up the football. It is the personification of the entire season thus far in one play. Right now we do have 2 Blue Devils down on the field right now. The Leominster Blue Devil trainer along with Coach Palazzi attending to one. And we have, I believe that's Mrs. Curley and the Doherty head coach attending to the other. Now Coach Palazzi going over at 2. So right now 2 Blue Devil players down. Both injuries occurred on the return.
Yeah, Donovan Noguera is 66. He's down at the 30-yard line, closest to the Highlander bench. And the Highlanders training staff helping them out over there. I see John Sabatelli in there as well. Then slow to get up on the play. That's 54 in there for the Blue Devils on that play. That's Dominic Vargas Vasquez. Slow to get up. He was being attended to by the Leominster's
trainer. Here's your replay from Leominster TV on the strip coming up here.
Great close-up shot there by Jack Stelly on the sideline, and you can see Couch had broke away, and Vassar just said, thank you very much, I'll take that.
And that's an unbelievable swing of momentum from Couch streaking down the sidelines. Even if he wasn't going to score, he was going to get them into the red zone, maybe inside the 10, to suddenly Highlanders of the football.
And interestingly enough, yet again, in that type of a situation, a lot of the times the people that are causing that fumble are taught to then just fall on it. How advantageous for the Highlanders that ball bounces directly back up into their possession so that they can make the 21-yard return back down the field toward Leominster field position.
And can I just say, I mean, I'm wearing headphones, so maybe my audio isn't that great, but to me it sounded like the cheers here were like swelling to a crescendo as Couch came down the field, and then it just went silent for a moment.
As you just could hear the audible smack of the fans whacking themselves in the forehead, and everybody else on the sideline as well. Certainly an unprecedented season thus far. Snap on 1st and 10 as we return to action. Both Blue Devils who were injured over to the sideline. On the play, Calorie, the quarterback, took the snap. He was swallowed up and brought down on the play.
3 Blue Devils.
Indeed, and lost some yards on that play. Back across the 30 to the Highlander 28-yard line.
Give him a loss of 4 on the play as the time keeps ticking down. 7:25 remaining here in the second quarter. This one moving at a pretty good tick.
And the Highlanders with a 12-0 lead thus far, and looking to grow that after picking the pocket of Adam Couch, who had broken away. Empty set backfield for Calorie. 5 receivers now out in the formation. Back to pass, slant on the comeback, complete for John Fortson. Now up the middle of the field, crosses the 35, go 40, and brought down at the Highlander 41-yard line, and that is the mark for the first down.
I will say it's been pretty impressive that you guys have been able to maintain your yard markers at the angle that we're at with all the lines on the field. I struggle all the time to get those. So if you make 1 mistake, 2 mistakes in a game, that's nothing because I can't see.
I don't know if you guys included me because I definitely haven't done that.
So I'll say all y'all.
Okay.
All
Just
y'all.
Robbins.
All y'all doing what you can
All
do, right?
y'all.
6:35 and counting remaining here in the second quarter. 12-0. The Highlanders lead, and they look to add. 1st and 10, their own 41. Calorie the snap, handoff goes into the body for the unnamed 21. And although he may be unnamed, he's running away into Blue Devil territory with some space. Down the right sideline, crosses the 30, 25, and brought out of bounds at the Leominster 22-yard line. Wish I had a name to go with it because the unnamed just had 37.
And so now, I mean, listen, we talked about that momentum swing following the turnover. Now it's time for the Leominster defense to step up, maybe force a turnover of their own, maybe get a stop, but it seems like things are really slipping away from them right now.
I need a St. John's Shrewsbury update.
We'll have one of those hopefully coming up at the break.
I need an update.
Timeout taken on the field. 6:17 to play in the second quarter. 12-0 Doherty's lead. And the season for Leominster hanging in the balance. Updates coming up at the half, along with Kate's first half stat recap.
There ain't nothing out there.
Those numbers are not going to look pretty, I'm certain, when we get them. Plus, we will take a look around the region when we get some scores coming up at the half somewhere along the way. And then we can add to that a preview of second.
Look at the scoring.
Half
Oh my
action.
God.
Just minutes into this one, Amin Tori comes up with this one.
Huge.
Another Shrewsbury touchdown.
Whatever.
Shrewsbury on top of St. John's, 21-14 in the second quarter. Not a lot of defense being played in that one.
Loves it.
We'll get a halftime update when we hit our break. The handoff for Vassar on 1st and 10 from the Leominster 22. Bounces it out to the right sideline, does Vassar. Steps across the 20 before angling out of bounds at around the 17-yard line.
Pick up a 5.
Yeah, second down and 5 coming up here. Well, they actually brought that down marker back a little bit. Back to around, that looks like the 18-yard line.
Well, I'm not changing the stats.
Second and 6. They need to move the ball to the Leominster 12-yard line for a first down either way.
Giddy up.
6:09 to play here in the second quarter. Callery still in at quarterback. Snap, the handoff for Vassar. Defense initially had him in the grasp. He slips away, and he's got the left sideline. Crosses the 10-yard line before stepping out of bounds at the 8. Stops the clock officially. 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 12-0 Doherty's lead.
That's a difficult one to swallow right there.
Indeed it is, and you know, Kate, you talk about personifications we keep seeing moving our way down the field. The strip, when all of a sudden it looks like Leominster's getting things together, then back the other way defensively. Leominster looks like they're going to make a stop in the backfield for a big loss, and where does the player go? Slips right out of their fingers.
It's like a ping pong ball.
It's unbelievable.
He just bounced right off of him.
Bringing the sticks in from the far sideline to the middle of the field. They're going to stretch it out. Bob Bonsi wanted to get a look at the mark, and he says it's this much. And this much is about 6 inches or so. At least it looks like that from our vantage point.
About a skosh too short.
Yeah, just this
Just a
much.
touch.
Just a hair.
Let me ask you a question, Robin.
Yes.
If Doherty scores here, is that the season?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a really great question. I really believe at 100% what you said during our countdown to kickoff that this is it. It is the first half of this game, for better for worse. And right now, to this point, 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter, this is it.
It just seems like the way the offense has been playing, if they go down 3 touchdowns head into the half with Doherty getting the football back.
The snap.
That's a
And now
tackle.
Vassar turns the right corner. He's swarmed, taken down in the backfield. The linebacker, Kyle Philbin, with a little assistance on the play as well, but Philbin made the initial hit.
We've got a late flag coming in from the back judge.
That's interestingly timed. He comes running in. He's meeting with Bob Bonsi. The question will be, is that potentially on a pass route, on a running play? You get these hybrid-style offenses. The Highlanders are applauding on the play.
Look like extracurriculars to me.
Could be indeed. Then it'll depend on where they are. It looks like right now they've set the ball down around the 13-yard line.
Mr. Bonsi's sauntering.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the signal. Good call by Amin. Signaled it against Doherty, even though they were initially applying. They are offsetting penalties. They hit one on either side for the unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be 4th down and a smidge to go for the Highlanders as those penalties offset.
I'll have to tell Bradley he needs to get a flag. We gotta get a flag.
I just saw a little bit of blocking turned into like a wrestling match. And
Good indication of problems to come.
yeah, we're here for football, not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's a fact. 4th
I
down
thought this was sumo wrestling.
with a loss
I'd
of
be
about a
into that.
half yard.
I wouldn't
on
be into
play.
the outfits though. Nay, nay.
I would rather not
How would
describe
Todd
them.
describe
I'd
that?
rather not describe them.
And in the white diaper tonight.
Well, I was going to say, like dental floss on a bull. 4th down and about a yard to go. 3 receivers set, 2 open to the right. Back to pass, Callery, little underneath pass, finds Evan Brunell. He's angled toward the sideline, dancing along the 5-yard line, stepped out around the 6. It's a Highlander first down and goal to go at the Leominster 6-yard line.
And I really like the play call. They're taking advantage of their speed. They went to a rollout and a quick out to, I believe that was number 6, who I don't have in front of me. But I think that was a great play call by the Highlanders.
Number 6, Brunell.
Evan Brunell is the answer to that
That's the one.
question.
I was working with you, pointing it.
That's what happens when you put the spotter charge so far away from me.
Lean over. It's okay. The snap. Callery, give it to Vassar. Vassar a little angle up the middle of the field, and guess what? He's in the end zone for a touchdown.
I've heard this. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I have too. Looked just like the last two. He didn't have to run quite as far.
It looked just like the last 2 touchdowns and the last 2 games for Leominster.
Indeed.
Where it seemed like a close game early on and turning into a blowout.
I'm not giving up hope. I'm
like,
a hopey-changey kind of gal. I'm not giving it up.
I like it. At some point, though,
We've got the realist on your right and the optimist on your left. Here we go.
I'm a millennial. Shouldn't I be the
Somebody's got to be. That leaves me in the middle going, it's 18-0 Doherty. Point after coming up.
What are you gonna do?
Naslazi with the extra point.
Ooh, high
Brunel
snap.
does field the snap. They do put the kick into it, and it's across the Morton Street Hill, wide to the right. Team's coming back up the field. 4:50 to play in the second quarter. It's Doherty 18 and Leominster nothing. A break and more to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV and Facebook Live tonight. We're happy to have you along with us wherever you are, and we do appreciate your support. It's been great seeing people check in from all across the country tonight out on Facebook Live, so we do appreciate that. Please continue to stick with us throughout the night here on Leominster TV. We'll get you some updates coming up at the half, in addition to a performance by the Leominster High School Marching Band. Get you some updates on some games going on around the region, plus preview some upcoming action, as well as everything going on both in the radio world, television world, and all that, and more to come here as we continue on Leominster TV tonight. Back on the K-Zone, ball in the T, 40-yard line to our right. Highlanders getting a kick, ready for a kick with Sotir Naslazi with the ball in the T, 40 to our right.
Your pronunciations have been impeccable.
Doing the best they can on the approach. Naslazi sends a line drive down the middle of the field. It will be returned by Reynolds. Reynolds with a head of steam, drops the shoulder, crossing the 30, reaches for the 35, and that's where he'll stop. Highlanders with the gang tackle to finish things off, but another good starting field position for Leominster. 1st and 10, their own 35. If there is one positive we can find week in and week out for the Blue Devils through 5 weeks of action, they have had the starting field position. Very rarely have they been backed up. Very rarely have they not been somewhere in the middle of the field. It's not like they're having to go 99 yards to try to put a drive together. They've got to go about 70 yards.
Aside from last week's disasters on special teams, Voshan Dixon and Justice Reynolds have been giving this team some good field position. They just haven't been able to do much with it over the last couple weeks.
Gallagher gets the shotgun snap, comeback screen for Viola, complete, dancing across the 35 for the 40, and then pulled down around the 42-yard line. What looked like a bit of a disaster at the start finished nicely as Viola kept his momentum going. And he crosses the 40-yard line to be brought down officially at the 41.
Officially a gain of 6 on the play. 4:21 left here and continues to tick down in the quarter.
Yeah, I'll call it a 2nd down and about, it looks like 4 to go. They need to advance the football to the 45-yard line. Winding toward about 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Chasing 18.
Indeed.
Pistol formation here for Gallagher, Couch behind him. Snap, Couch gets the handoff. He's immediately hit and taken down on the play. Quickly in there was Melanio Colon on the tackle for the Highlanders. It's as if they're in the huddle or they've seen the plays drawn up.
And it just seems like, I'm going to be honest, the Blue Devils offense has to show us something here, because if they go into the locker room at halftime, down 18-0, getting shut out in their home field with Doherty getting the ball back at the half, I don't know how it gets better from here. This is a hugely important drive for the Blue Devils offense to either put up or shut up.
3rd down, 4 to go. Need to move the football in their own 45 to keep the drive alive. Pistol formation for Gallagher. Couch behind him, trips at the open side left. Snap for Gallagher, immediate handoff for Couch. He's grabbed from behind, crossing the line of scrimmage, spun down around the 43-yard line. It'll gain about 1.5 yards. It'll still be 4th and about 1.5 yards to go, needing to reach their own 45-yard line with just minutes remaining here toward halftime. I got to imagine you're in 4-down territory, even in the middle of the field on your own half.
I don't think it matters where they are on the field at this point. They're in 4-down territory. And I'll just say, I'm not sure if the Highlanders are in the huddle, but they're for sure in the backfield.
They are indeed. 4th and about 1.5 yards to go. Traditional I, Marchand the down fullback, Couch the tailback. Under center, Gallagher. There's the snap. give it to Marchand, and they had that snuffed out immediately. Marchand's helmet did not even make it to the 45-yard line before he goes down. And you know, when you saw Leominster go from that one back set to immediately bringing in the I formation, which we hadn't really seen much of all night, the first thought that came to my mind was the ball's going to Connor Marchand.
Seems like a friendly spot.
They may have given him a very
friendly spot to the 45-yard line. His helmet may have made it that far. Bob Bonsi says it's a Leominster first down. Coach Mulcahy and crew are saying, absolutely not. You can get an abacus, a compass, or anything else, and that thing is not a first down.
They are in the line judge's grill right now.
Full freak-out mode over on the far side. Our volunteer crew of down operators are not moving.
And
now
Bob
they're
Bonsi
moving.
says, let's move along, please.
And so they will move the football.
You know what I love about Bob Bonsi's demeanor? Nothing phases the man.
Unflappable.
Unfettered, unflappable. He just goes, yeah, have your tantrum, and
That's
let's
a first
move
down.
along.
We're moving on.
We're moving on.
First and 10 to go at the 45.
I mean, granted, when he's facing in this direction, I get a little heated under the collar sometimes, but the man's demeanor never wavers.
Pistol again. The snap.
There was supposed to be somebody there.
There was nobody there, but pass down the middle of the field. Elias has the one-step beat, and the pass was 2 steps in front of him. Incomplete.
That was a beautiful pass.
It was indeed, and the intended receiver down the field we said was Elias. Coverage on the play was Evan Brunell, the defensive back.
Was there supposed to be somebody to Gallagher's right?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. For
That's
those
a nice recovery on
watching
his part.
on Leominster TV, you saw it. There was that play action. Usually that's a fake run. There would have to be somebody there to fake it to.
Yeah. There was the, how you doing? Oh, not here today.
Not so much. We'll just take it back.
And can I just say, I think that play was an example of why I think these runs up the middle are a little bit silly. It seems like the Highlanders are really stacking the box. They're showing blitz. They're sending 7 on every play, and nobody's back playing safety, playing center field. These routes over the top, if Pat can make a good throw, could be huge for the Blue Devils.
Diamond formation to the right. Gallagher the snap on 2nd and 10. Rolls out with some time. Looking for it. Tries to throw a little duck, and
incomplete.
Kevin Murphy was the intended receiver.
Yes,
Looked like
he
over here
was.
on the near sideline.
What's Kevin Murphy's number?
Pass is
Anybody?
incomplete. I believe Murphy no longer has any eligibility left that I know of. Stops the clock with 1:20 to play here in the second quarter.
Don't crush a man's dreams.
I understand.
Maybe he redshirted. You don't know.
It's entirely possible.
For 1 or 2
Here I am
decades.
being the wet blanket on the proverbial man's fire. I apologize. 1:20 to play here in the second.
I'd like to return to something that you just said.
Was that because somebody cut you off?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
No. Well, we're all very sensitive.
She's just
in here
directing
today.
the conversation.
I just tell people what to do. I thought you made a really great point about the passing game and how effective it could be. Right now, the execution in that passing game has been essentially nil. So right now, Doherty not having to keep Leominster honest in the passing game because they haven't been able to execute. Coach Palazzi having some, maybe not personnel problems, but some
they were personnel
shifting problems.
Called, I don't know where I'm supposed to stand in the formation. As Justice Reynolds ran all over the place, and last time I checked, we don't have yo-yo motion in high school football. This isn't the Canadian Football League. Therefore, a timeout comes on the field as Coach Palazzi has to regather the crew and redirect traffic once again. First,
the line official on our far side, Leominster TV's near side, is going up to Bob Bonsi. Can you not make everybody so upset? I'm getting killed over here, and I didn't even do it. You're the one who signaled first down.
As I like to say in the officiating world, that's the equivalent of listening to confession over on the far side.
Absolutely.
As they'll just stand there and tell you all of their faults. 3rd down and 10 to go at the 45-yard line just inside of the right hash. Left to right go the Blue Devils here in Q2. $1:20 heading toward halftime. Coming up at the half, we will have an update around the world of sports. We've got a preview of second half action. Kate will update you on the first half stats, ugly low though they may be. And we'll have scores from around D3 Central Mass. 3rd and 10 to go. Shotgun, Gallagher with Couch. 3 receivers set to the right. Back to pass. Gallagher with some time. Looks at Rodriguez, the only receiver to the left. High, outside, and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th and 10 where once again, Leominster will be forced to go for it. Coach Palazzi incensed once again. And no, he says punt team on the field. Here comes Connor Marchand.
They're punting on the drive, and are they punting on the season?
No. Would you?
Entirely possible.
Enough of you people. We're going to be optimistic. We have
Fair
a lot
and
of ball
balanced
games.
analysis. There are people wearing red shirts over at Crocker Field that would like to remind us fair and balanced analysis is our job.
I am all done with both of you.
High snap, Marchand gets it down. Good punt off the right foot. They call poison as it takes a Leominster bounce across the 20 and down at the 19-yard line.
Maybe I should be a little bit more optimistic. Just for you, Kate.
I've just decided I'm going to shut your mic off.
Now.
Only when he starts getting so negative and antsy over there.
I would just say that for the last couple of weeks, you two were the pessimists. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So now we're switching jobs.
Yeah, he's telling the story.
People, it is only October
is.
the 6th. We can't give up yet.
I'll give up on what exactly?
On everything or anything. You were fine. All swell over here. All quiet on the Western Front, as it were.
You ever see that meme of the dog sitting in the burning coffee shop when he goes, "This is fine"?
I feel a little like old man screaming at clouds. Snap was loose. It goes over the head of Callery, and he's going to be marked down around the 1-yard line. Bob Bonsi right on the spot. Leominster wanted the safety there. Zach Halliday giving the old safety signal with the two hands clapping above his head. But remember, benefit of the doubt goes to the runner. If they can make any move that looks like they were outside of the end zone or stop short of the end zone, they are out of the end zone.
Two things. One, I love that you and I were too busy talking about memes to actually talk about the play. Two, old man yells at cloud. Fantastic Simpsons reference. I appreciate it very much.
Loss of 18 on the play. They're trying to set the chains, and that's not going so well as they try to figure out where the 10-yard spot is. We appreciate the volunteers tonight. We just haven't had that chain gang that we're used to in history here at Doyle Field. It's been a tough year for everybody out here at Doyle Field.
So all my jokes about memes aside, this is a big opportunity for Leominster to maybe, just maybe, snag a little bit of momentum heading into halftime.
It appears that the drive started at the 19-yard line, so they set the sticks there. Out of their own end zone from their own one, though, Callery back to pass, stands at the end line and flings down the right. Long and incomplete. Evan Brunell was the intended receiver. He had beat double coverage of both Viola and Reynolds down the right sideline. Pass falls incomplete, stopping the clock at 48.6 to play in the second quarter, and an 18-0 Doherty lead as they nurse that toward halftime with the possibilities of possessing the football. They really just need to try to change field position here to avoid Leominster having an opportunity with just the one timeout remaining.
Honestly, if they can even break out and get back to the 15-yard line to get decent enough position to punt it away and not give the Blue Devils really good field position, they're not in the worst spot.
Look at the optimism out of Amin Tory.
Two backs with Callery. The snap, the handoff for Vassar in his own end zone. Flag flies back into the end zone.
Ball.
There's a loose football across the 15-yard line, and Leominster's at the bottom of the pack. There was a flag in the end zone. If the penalty occurred in the end zone, it's a potential for a safety. So Leominster has a benefit here one way or another. Screaming and hollering at this point. All things being fair here, the clock official, Todd Deacon on the clock tonight. But what I will say is, by the way, I would be more concerned with what's going on in that general direction. That's just me. We'll let the announcers announce, the clock operators clock operate, and coaches coach in that process.
And it seems like, okay, no safety.
So they didn't take the safety. They said the penalty occurred outside of the end zone. Leominster's going to take the turnover, and they're going to have the football at the 15-yard line.
And I'll be honest, that might be preferable. Would you take the 2 points, getting a kickoff back the other way and the ball at midfield, or take the ball at the 25-yard line or wherever the ball's spotted? I actually can't see. I'm sorry. It's down at the 15. See, I told you I can't see the yard markers, Kate. Or take the ball at the 15 with a much better chance to put a touchdown on the board heading into halftime. This could be a huge swing of momentum. Maybe not so huge because they're chasing 18, but a swing of momentum nonetheless for the Blue Devils.
15 seconds put back onto the clock officially right now. 52 seconds remaining in the quarter. 52 seconds remaining for the Blue Devils with the ball at the Highlander 15-yard line. So quite a bit of time.
By the way, wing official down on the field. They keep the clock as well. And he set the reset up here. They had it all under control. Credit to the officiating crew and the clock operator up here to get that time correct. 52 seconds to play.
Feisty.
You know, Rough year, 0-4, worst start ever. You know,
Feisty,
these things are a
feisty.
problem.
They're mad about the Red Sox.
And, yeah, Red Sox didn't play well today.
Patriots are making me like nauseous.
1st and 10 to go for the Blue Devils, going left to right. Gallagher in a gun, Couch in the backfield with him. 4 receivers set. Gallagher with some time, tries a double move on the play. He's going to tuck and run away from the defense. Crossing the 10 and steps out of bounds at the 9. Had some backside pursuit chasing him down there, like a steamroller going downhill. But he was able to run away from Connor Bissonette and then got himself out of bounds.
Of 6 for Gallagher on that rush. We've got 2nd down and I'd say 4.5, 4 3/4 of a yard.
And I'll tell you something, whatever hash the Blue Devils are set up on, they're always splitting Brian Rodriguez out to the other side. They're trying to get him in some space. It looked pretty clear to me. Pat was looking to his left. He was trying to find Rodriguez on an out route or a corner route to the end zone. It seems like that's the guy they really trust to try and get in a little bit of space on the outside and make something happen.
Here comes the wave.
And that was that double move. You saw the first fake to try to bite on bringing him back short, and then they went long to that post to the corner. And yes, here comes that blue and pink wave tonight.
Oh, it's small.
Heading down
It's a
with the
mini wave.
defense. Gallagher, back to pass. He looks right corner this time. Pass is caught by Elias, backpedaling out of the end zone, but they say his feet were down. It's a Blue Devil touchdown. Gallagher to Gabe Elias in the back right corner of the end zone. Leominster's on the board with 40.5 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter.
And if there's one thing the Blue Devils really need right now, it's a spark heading into halftime. So maybe they can take this with a little bit of confidence, come back out on the other side, make a stop, get the ball back, score, who knows.
And look who's back to the light side.
And Gallagher does the holding for Pablo Rodriguez. Haven't seen a lot of him throughout the year, but Rodriguez does the place kicking. Good snap, Gallagher gets it down. Rodriguez confidently shoots it up to the top field, and the teams come back up the field. 40.5 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter with the score. Doherty 18 and Leominster 7. We're going to keep it right here as we head in toward halftime here on the K-Zone. Coming up at the half, we've got a spin around the world of sports. We'll get you updated on scores from all across the region tonight, including that big battle between St. John's and Shrewsbury, and perhaps that
So excited.
Thanksgiving, transitive property preview as we look at Fitchburg playing Marlborough.
That's not how it works.
It's not how any of this
It's
works.
not how any of this works. I love
Just going
that.
to use the force.
I love that commercial. I hate football math, I'll tell you that.
A preview also of 2nd half action. All that's coming up at the half here on the K-Zone. Those of you joining us on Leominster TV, you'll have all of that, plus a performance by the Leominster High School Marching Band as well.
Kate, you really prefer the more optimistic version of me?
I don't prefer either.
You're just saying welcome back to the light side. And you've been criticizing my pessimism all evening, Catherine. That's all I'm saying.
Cow, no, Catherine. Ruh-roh.
You know
I'm just
you're
going
in
to be
trouble.
honest with you. I just had a lot of pre-workout before the game, and I think it's just finally kicking in.
Very
now.
excited.
good.
Very
That's
excited.
Spunky, I like this.
So it's just the caffeine. I'll come back down. I'll be yelling about how the sky is falling in like 20 minutes.
And Ramin returns to Old Man Yells
Yep.
Clouds. And there it is on the approach. Line drive straight up the center of the field. Fielded on the one hop there by the unnamed number 21. Still don't know who he is, but he's got some room out to the left side of the field. 25, 30, 35, and he's angled out of bounds at the 37-yard line. This kid's great, and I know he has a name. We just don't have it.
You know what's funny is he didn't want the ball. He looked back. He was looking for Tejan Vassar. He was looking for a pitch. He was looking for a lateral, and Vassar just slipped, and he had to take it himself, and he made the most of it, to be honest, now that the Highlanders are set up on the 37-yard line.
He was thinking, bail, bail, bail. I don't want this.
Okay, fine. I'm going this way. We'll see how it goes.
Highlanders 1st down and 10 to go at the 37-yard line at left hash. They come right to left for the remaining 34 and 6/10 seconds. Here's the snap. Vassar gets the handoff, flag down behind the play. Vassar continues around the right corner, got right sideline at midfield, stepped out of bounds, just shy of the Blue Devil 45 at the 47-yard line. Holding is the signal against the Highlanders. They're coming all the way back.
Can I just say, what is it with small, speedy running back / wide receiver types wearing number 5?
I know.
Last couple weeks, Eamon Dennis
That's the
killed
one.
us a couple weeks ago, and now here comes Tejan Vassar for the Highlanders. Us, I'm not from here.
Wachusett and Shepherd Hill right now in a barn burner. Can't wait for some of these scores.
Some of those scores coming up at the half on our halftime.
I feel like Kate would rather be at the Shrewsbury St. John's game. The way she talked about it before the game, I think she'd rather just be there.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
A general battle of
You
the
know what
town of
it reminds
Shrewsbury.
me of, like gladiator days in the Roman Coliseum.
And the
That's
Pioneers versus the Colonials. Punt formation for the Highlanders. They snap it to Callery, and Callery kneels on the football.
Well, why not?
No, seems like they're content to go in halftime with an 11-point lead, getting the ball back. I don't hate it.
Indeed they will. About 20 seconds to run off the clock, still 10 of them left. The final ticks coming off the board. It will be 18-7, Doherty at the half. We've got a full recap of the first half of action. Scores from around the region, updates from around the world of sports, upcoming programming here on the K-Zone, and a whole lot more. All that coming your way at the half. 18-7, Doherty on top of Leominster at the half. There's a glimmer. Can they turn it into a fire? We'll find out when we continue. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.
Halftime entertaining the right here to please welcome to the field the Leominster High School marching band under the direction of Barry Hudson, drum major Hamilton Harvey, and assistant drum major John Lantine.
so far. And next up, we have the as unnamed number 21, not on the roster right now for the Highlanders, but he has 2 rushes for 37 yards. He's averaging 18.5 yards per carry. Now, if we take a look at the receiving yards, once again, they have several players going in this category. Again, they are 7 of 10 for 83 yards passing are the Highlanders as a team. So if we get started, Phila Darkwa right now with 1 reception. And then we have Tejan Vassar. He has targeted twice, 1 reception for 5 yards. And then we also have Finbar Courtney. He has 1 reception for 11 yards. And we have John Forson, 2 receptions, 42 yards total. His longest reception was for 31 yards. So right now things looking up. Not all the way up right now for the Blue Devils, but looking up nonetheless. So that is your halftime recap so far. Now we are going to take a quick look around the region with our halftime scores so far. Right now, again, October the 6th games. Right now, Fitchburg and Marlborough are tied 7-7 at the half. They are in a defensive battle right now. Wachusett right now over Shepherd Hill, 28-21 in the second quarter. St. John's over the Shrewsbury Colonials right now in the second quarter. That's 28-21 advantage St. John's. No scores coming in yet from Algonquin at Neshoba, Nipmuc at St. Bernard's, Monty Tech at Worcester Tech, or Lunenburg at West Boylston. But we do have a very, very close game. Oakmont right now over St. Peter Marion, 21-20 at the half. Narragansett is in a barn burner right now at Gardner. Narragansett 29-0 at the half over Gardner. No score yet coming in from Hudson at Maynard or Quabbin at Littleton, but right now Air Shirley and Murdoch tied at 13 at the half. No score yet from Westboro at North Middlesex, Clinton at Tingsboro, or Bill Ricka at Groton Dunstable. But right now, Assabet Valley, the Aztecs of AV 14-6 right now. Assabet over Bay Path at the half. No scores coming in yet from Eastern Massachusetts, Wilmington at Watertown. And of course, we have our Saturday game, October the 7th. Holy Name at Sutton. No score there because it's not tomorrow yet. Your halftime scoreboard, as always, is brought to you by Happy Jack's. Happy Jack's Restaurant, 785 North Main Street in Leominster. All the spices of the Southwest blended with the flavors of the Gulf Coast. Served in a festive island setting, Happy Jack's is more than a restaurant. It's an attitude wrapped in a fiesta. Check them out on the web at happyjacksrestaurant.com. And so that, again, is your Around the Region halftime scoreboard right now. If we take a look in our pick'ems from earlier this evening, right now, looking to see Marlborough over Fitchburg, but that one's going to be a close one. That was a tough pick. Wachusett right now, both of us have Wachusett over Shepherd Hill. Right now, Wachusett is in the lead in that one. And right now, St. John's and Shrewsbury, another close one, 28-21 right now. St. John's over Shrewsbury in the second quarter. We don't have a score yet from the Neshoba game, and we do not have a score yet from the St. Bernard's game either. So we will be keeping our eyes peeled on the Twitter sphere. All right, we got a couple more halftime breaks to take, and when we come back, we are going to have your second half kickoff. As always, you are listening to, not the countdown to kickoff, you're listening to halftime here. Hometown Bank halftime here on the K-Zone WPKZ.
Oil, the place to save heating dollars. You can visit fraticelioil.com or call 978-537-3637. Fraticelli Oil serving Central Mass and Southern New Hampshire for over 80 years. Our peak performance of the first half absolutely has got to be Tejan Vassar. I don't think there's any question about it. He's been the man everywhere.
Bob Bonsi.
For Doherty. I'm
Bonsi.
going Tejan Vassar with our peak performance
Clearly
of the
Bob
first
Bonsi.
half.
I agree with Kate.
Thank you.
Only to spite you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's what I'm here for.
Bob
Nonetheless.
Bonsi, bar none. Thank you very much.
Our Fraticelli Oil peak performer, I think we're going to have to check that.
Did you just use your veto?
I did indeed. Tejan Vassar.
I'm bigger than you.
For the Highlanders.
I'm bigger than you.
Mid-game adjustments. They're brought to you by Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, a family-run business selling most major tire brands since 1964. And with winter on the doorstep, offering their truly unique free summer to winter tire storage. Online at fitchburgtire.com. Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, where the price we quote is the price you pay. Amin, quickly, our mid-game adjustments.
Contain Tejan Vassar, get the offense going in the second half.
Protect the rock.
Yeah, protect the rock, score some points. One more than the other would be helpful. Kick goes down the field off the foot of Anthony Larson as the kickoff specialist for the Blue Devils, and it will be returned at the 1-yard line by that unnamed 21 with the loose football that comes out at the 10, but immediately the officiating crew converses, points at the ground, say that ball came out after he was taken down to the ground.
I'm calling baloney.
Indeed.
Also a heck of a job by our unnamed 21. He really struggled to pick up that football, but when he did, he turned it into still bad field position, but it's better to be on the 9 or the 10 than it is to be on your own 1-yard line or
we
in
should
your own
make
end
up a
zone.
name.
I was thinking about that. You know, maybe we need to like invent a name
Yeah.
for him in some fashion or another. A thought. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line for the Highlanders. They go left to right here in quarter 3, or right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. It's Callery continuing at the quarterback, so I gave it to Vassar. Seemingly the play was over, and Vassar ran away from everybody again. He's down the sideline with just Reynolds to beat. Back into the play, got Viola got on his back and tackled him down. Across the Blue Devil 40, 35, and taken down there. They mark him out of bounds maybe a step or two before that. Back officially to the 38-yard line. Tejan Vassar somehow was operating in a time warp away from the rest of the play.
He's cheating.
Contain Tejan Vassar.
Vassar so far not going so well. 30 seconds into the second half of action. First
about that.
and 10 to go for the Highlanders. At the Blue Devil 38, going left to right. Vassar gets the second handoff, gains a yard or two. Connor Marchand finishes the tackle all the way back across the 45 and down at the 48-yard line. And Marchand said, okay, I've seen enough of this guy.
Am I missing the two-headed quarterback attack, or are they sticking with Callery right now?
I think Schoen has not appeared since the first drive of the football game.
Yeah.
So I am to assume they have gone with a one-headed quarterback attack, and it is the freshman Noah Callery. Perhaps the score has something to do with this. They are not varying away from it. He's been successful. Schoen, not so much in the first drive. Callery's in. Schoen's on the bench carrying the clipboard.
Makes my life easier.
Indeed it does. 2nd and 10, trips to the right. Callery back to pass. Double move. Hit from behind, and he is sacked. Sacked in the backfield by Christian Nunez, who wraps him up and whips him down. And a little spark on the field. Lost back to the 45-yard line of Leominster.
And now that's a big pair of plays for the Blue Devils. Marchand getting in on the tackle and then Nunez getting the sack. That run from Tejan Vassar, they could have let that become a backbreaker, and it doesn't seem like they're going to. They need to stay up. They need to keep the ball rolling defensively. If they can force a stop here.
I like when you get excited about things.
At some point,
I'm telling you, it's just the pre-workout. That's all it is. I'm serious.
At
This blue
some
raspberry
point,
was
though,
we need
delicious.
to get you a vat.
Oh, I have a vat. It's in my car.
we'll
I
talk about
went
that.
to Target to buy it before this game.
I have a question, but we'll get to it in a second. 3rd down and long coming up. Callery goes screen down the line to Vassar, complete to the left. Vassar eludes 5 defenders, cutting across the 40. He's whipped down across the 35-yard line and down at about the 34.
That's a great job by Mike Viola to keep him wrapped up, because otherwise he almost turned a little bit of space into a lot of space.
We are a mess of wires
You're all
here.
tangled up.
We are all tangled up here on the on the broadcast. I think that was actually my fault coming up at the half. There we go.
I mean, we'll blame him, right?
Hey,
It's cool with me.
I'm more than happy to take the blame for it. I want to talk about Leominster's need to draw a line in the sand. It's probably 5 weeks too late, but at some point and some time you had to go, this is the line, you're not going any farther, and this is where we're going to stop it, and then we're going to push back in the other direction. 4th down and 7 to go. Callery slings a pass out to the right. It is complete in the hands of Evan Brunell. He's down at the 27-yard line, and that is enough for a Highlander first down.
And that's tough. That's a tough break for the Blue Devils because a stop there would have been huge. But still not in the red zone. Still got a chance to make a stop here and keep the Highlanders from getting any more points up on the scoreboard.
Our second half kickoff is brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank helping you get where you want to be with heart. Vassar gets the handoff from Callery, spins a couple of times across the 25 before ultimately being stopped at the 20-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Hey, was your question just about the line in the sand? Because I thought you had a question about the pre-workout.
No.
It was just about the line in the sand?
Just the line in the
Oh,
sand.
you only wanted to talk about football? I thought you wanted to talk about me.
I don't even know what pre-workout is. Could somebody catch me up on this?
No,
It's
don't
exactly what
bother.
it sounds like.
Is this the cream and the clear? Are you like roid raging for broadcast?
No comment.
Performance enhancers it is.
No comment.
2nd down and about 3 to go. At the Leominster 20-yard
All I
line
know
at
is
right
the
hash.
peak performer is still Bob Bonzi.
Indeed it is not. Out of an eye. Here's the snap.
You're wrong.
The give. And here comes the fullback. That's Jose Robles on the carry. Forward he barrels to the 15-yard line, and it is another Highlander first down. First different running back
I
to
was
get a
gonna
carry
say.
tonight.
And you are?
In a 5 running back system. Robles gets his first carry 4 minutes into the second half.
It's really difficult to keep track of all these human beings running with the football.
Indeed it is.
But you can usually tell which one's Tejan Vassar because he's running way faster than everybody else.
Yep.
All jokes aside, it really does look like he's operating at a different speed than everybody else on this football field.
From the first step onward. First down, 10 to go. Snap
Oh,
for Callery.
beautiful.
The give this time is for Vassar. He eludes an initial hit, does get across the 15-yard line to the 14.
This is going to be that 21, gentlemen.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm
We're going
sorry.
to call him Bente Uno.
Indeed it is.
Bente-uno.
Bente-uno with the carry for a yard.
And can I just say, this is what I was talking about earlier with the Highlanders, how they can throw a bunch of different looks out of you out of one look. Just with going to that shotgun with running backs to either side, it's a fake here, it's a handoff there, it's 2 fakes, and he's throwing. You just never know what's coming, and it's doing an unbelievable job of keeping the Blue
It's like
Devils
the
off
triple
balance.
option.
2nd and 8. The snap, fake the handoff to Vassar. Callery pulls it down. Now looks end zone. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Highlanders.
That's number 6.
Indeed it is. It's Evan Brunell with the catch. Wow.
It's like the triple option, except I don't hate it, and it actually works.
So we got that going for you.
Had to watch that at Watertown.
Yeah.
Drove me crazy.
Indeed.
It's not real
So
football.
you were not going to be going to a triple ops school.
No.
Nope.
No Naval
No.
Academy for Amin.
No, he
Could
is
you
not.
imagine Amin at the Naval Academy?
No.
The talking back that would happen?
Are you saying I've got a mouth, Kate? Is that what you're saying?
The amount of demerits that you would incur?
Occasionally, maybe a bit on challenging authority.
I'd get thrown
So
out.
Tir Naslazi with his kick up, and
Nailed it.
this time through the bars.
I'd get thrown out by Columbus Day.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. So Tir Naslazi, back up the field they come. 5:51 to play in the third. 25-7 Doherty's lead, and a break coming up. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV, where you get a look at a wide open Evan Brunell and the 4 defenders that weren't covering him. Mike Viola was the only one trying to sprint back into the play. You'll see him come out of the corner of your screen, and a lot of people standing around and watching this pass. I get assigned here to stand around, call a game, and watch. Not many people usually wearing uniforms do, but wow. Wow, was he wide open.
And, I think you need to.
Crack that whip.
Coach Palazzi cracking the whip on the sideline, trying to see if perhaps he can bring a little life to his Blue Devils.
It's sad that we don't let Amin listen to that. Amin's like, what are you talking
25-7 is Doherty's lead. Sotir Naslazi has the ball on the T40 at our left. Naslazi with the line drive down the center of the field. It's a low wobbler. It will roll to Reynolds. Reynolds will play it from his 20-yard line. Now on the approach, held on for dear life, crossing the 25 and brought down at the 28-yard line. There is a flag down at around the Highlander 42-yard line near where the kick site was.
I love the girl who comes out and gets the tea for Doherty. She's adorable.
She is fantastic.
And
I saw her.
And I'll finish my point before we had to come back from break. But when I was talking about how the Highlanders are kind of throwing different looks at you from the same look, it just seemed like all those defenders that were standing there watching, they were worried about a handoff to Tejan Vassar. They were trying to contain that. They were doing whatever the running back equivalent of a quarterback spy is rather than covering the wide receiver.
Help me out, Todd.
It would be an offsides called against the kicking team.
Thank you.
They'll penalize it 5 yards. They'll re-kick from the 35. 5:44 to play in the third quarter. Coach Palazzi is playing field position here. We'll have a check of our time and temperature coming up at our next opportunity. And yes, I mean, I do agree with you. There have been a number of different looks, opportunities, players standing around. It has certainly been a concern for Leominster. And sometimes, I mean, there's just not, you can't cover everything.
Yeah, and when you have a back gashing you that way, you have to prioritize. And we talked about in the mid-game adjustments that was the biggest adjustment. They needed it to contain Tejan Vassar. And if they're so worried about doing that, other guys are going to be open.
Indeed they are. Naslazi puts the ball on the T35-yard line at our left for the re-kick. Here he is on the approach. Line drive straight up the middle again. This time it'll be fielded by Reynolds at his own 23-yard line. Head of steam. 30-35. Meets an initial defender at the 37-yard line, and he's flung back to the 35. They'll give him his point of farthest progress to the Blue Devil 38. First down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils. Their own 38-yard line going right to left or left to right for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Our second half time and temperature brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC. They've been selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine has the best selection of commercial used trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chappygm.com, where the right truck can make your job easier. Chapdelaine GMC brings us this check of the time and temperature. 58 degrees under cloudy skies at 32 minutes past 8 on a Friday night. Gain of about 1 on that play there. It was Couch with the carry. Oh, actually, they mark him back on a loss. The initial movement looked like it was forward. Now a loss back to about the, looks like, 37-yard line. Yes, it is. Loss of 2 on the play. Joe! Second down, 12 to go.
Joe! Hey, Joe. Somebody needs Joe.
Second down and 12 to go. Shotgun set, 4 receiver spread, 2 to either side of the formation for Gallagher. Gets a good snap. Fake the handoff to Couch, comes to his left and throws. Pass is complete for Brian Rodriguez. At 4:49 of the third quarter, Rodriguez gets his first catch tonight. He's been targeted a few times. This time they deliver it on time at the 44-yard line.
For the last couple weeks, sorry, Kate. For the last couple weeks, it has been Brian Rodriguez who has provided pretty much the only offense or the only receptions in the passing game. And so it might not be the worst idea to keep splitting him out wide, opposite the hash mark, get him in some space, and try and get some spark going for the passing game. Sorry, Kate.
No, you don't have to apologize.
You guys apologized to me when you cut me off, so I figured it was like a reciprocal sort of
not at all.
relationship.
That's you talk about the receiving right now. Gabe Elias has been struggling right now to contribute in that department. Oh, did they get
hard count? Nobody moved and there was no contact. They tried to snap. Couch got the handoff, broke away from the pack to midfield, and that's a Blue Devil first down. Couch isn't done yet. He keeps the motor running out to the midfield stripe on a Leominster first down.
And neither are we.
4.5 minutes to play here in quarter 3, 25-7. Doherty's lead right now. To the line come the Blue Devils. Gallagher checking the armband here. Couch with him in the backfield. 3 receivers go out to the open side right of the formation. Single receiver short on the left.
Oopsie.
Gallagher's going to ask for the football. Back to pass. Flips it on the comeback screen for Viola.
good. Those are
Collides, incomplete. Mike Shaler collides helmet to helmet with Mike Viola. Both of them playing the ball, never saw the other, and they just cracked skulls, and down they went.
And we've seen that breakout screen attempt from the Blue Devils a bunch over the last couple of weeks, usually to Mike Viola, but that was just a poor read from Pat. I know that's the design of the play, but there's a guy in white standing right there. That could have gone real bad.
He's a lot bigger than you.
That's true.
He's a lot bigger than you.
Indeed.
He might not be like the hands player, but he's a lot bigger than you.
Mike's not going to win that battle.
No.
Shaler, 6'4", 275.
Well, alrighty
Yeah,
then.
on a Monday morning.
Yeah, to Mike Viola's 5'10", 155. Second down and 10 at midfield for Leominster. Shotgun, 4 receivers set. Couch with Gallagher in the backfield. Good snap. Gallagher with some time. Looks left and throws. Pass complete. Short of the defense and out of bounds at the Highlander 45. Goes for a gain of 6. It'll bring up a third down. Third and about 4 to go. They need to move the football to the Highlander 40-yard line for a first down.
And they're still looking for Rodriguez. It seems that every time they try and play, they give him a little cushion. They don't come up and press him on the coverage. Rodriguez breaks in a little space in those hitch and curl routes I've been talking about for weeks on the outside. Just to get a little space, a little spark in the passing game.
I mean, do you see that bright pink blip in the top of the screen?
I didn't. Wait, why is there a traffic cone in here? Oh no, it's Robbins.
Oh,
We'll talk
It's
about that
Todd.
in a minute. Kate's
You're
wearing
so
some pink.
not
It just
that pink,
doesn't
though.
it doesn't jump out quite as
It
well.
don't pop like that.
Third and 4, shotgun set, 3 receivers open to the right. It's a snap and back to pass. Gallagher got a rush in front of him. He's hitting, down he goes. Back across midfield at the 49. No protection there. Lost the yardage gain. It'll be 4th down and 11 to go. Kate, of course, points out the pink. We've seen it sprinkled throughout both sidelines tonight. Of course, October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Tonight, the K-Zone and Leominster TV doing our part to raise awareness for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Remember, early detection is key. Get your mammograms early and when scheduled. Early detection is key to
Mr.
preventing
Michaels
breast
thought
cancer.
I was wearing red.
I know. Well, it's because my pink is so pink.
Can I make another joke about your outfit? See, Kate's wearing a little bit of pink, but she does not look like somebody took the down marker and plopped a headset on it
I understand.
in the booth.
For
He
the
does look like a down.
for the record, by the way, I wear this at school as well. You
I know.
I'm not
I was
I'm
one
not
of your
afraid
students.
to this.
I like it.
4th and 10, snapping back to
Blinded.
pass. Gallagher on the blitz, gets rid of it to Couch. Couch in the grasp, tried to scamper away and couldn't. Loses 5 on the play. And turnover on downs. Highlander football at the Leominster 45. 25-7, 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. I'm going to do my job as the impartial play-by-play announcer to tell you.
Coach is going for a walk.
It's all over, but the remaining 6 games of the season that you're going to encounter, or 5 games of the season, or whatever it may be.
Before I go into sky is falling mode, I just want to say I don't love the call on that. I know we're in 4th down territory trying to make something happen, but the screenplay has not been working all night. And to go to that play on 4th and 10 surprised me.
4th and potentially the season. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders at the 46-yard line, going right to left here on the K-Zone, or left to right for those of you joining us on, left to right for those of you joining us on the K-Zone, right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV.
Quarterback keeps it on that one.
Yeah, that was Calorie with some room shy of the 35 at the 38-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play for him. 2:35.
Oh, no, they're still walking. That was a gain of 8.
Oh, yeah.
Second down and 2 to go.
I will say I've been really impressed by the play of Noah Calorie. I mean, when he takes the ball himself, he's got a real quick step. He's really selling these fakes well. When he has to throw the ball, he's been throwing the ball well. It's been a really, really impressive performance from the kid.
Second down and 2 to go. The freshman Calorie at the quarterback spot. The snap, give it to Vassar. Find some room. Middle of the defense. Now heads toward the right sideline. Rodriguez spins off a defender. Vassar's still running down the right side. Crosses the 10-yard line. Marked out of bounds. Just before that at the 11. Tyjon Vassar. Wow. Just plain wow. A gain of 27.
It just seems like he's really operating at a different speed than anybody else. I mean, you've heard the expression, if you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile. It seems what he's doing with just a little bit of space, and suddenly he's out in the open field, and you have no idea where that green grass came from.
Can see these pink sprinkled throughout the crowd tonight as well for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Supporting our Leominster TV and K-Zone effort tonight to raise awareness for breast cancer research. There's the snap and the handoff for Vassar again. He gets angled out of bounds just about the line of scrimmage, maybe a minor gain. They'll call it the 10.5-yard line. Gains a half a yard. Second down, 9.5.
Kate, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask for some stats from Tejan Vassar, if you don't mind, after I just quickly say, stop here could still be big for a little bit of momentum, maybe get a little bit of spark, but scoreboard difference might be tough to make up.
16 rushes, 169 yards rushing, averaging 10.6 yards a carry, is long, 58 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He has 3 of 4 receiving, 34 yards receiving, as long as 14 yards.
It's double underscore. Wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
He's still not better than Bob Bonsi.
Bold, italicized.
2nd and 8. There's the snap. Football may have been loose. Did Leominster get to the bottom of it? The indications are 3rd down coming up. Highlanders got back on it. Calorie lost it and got it right back.
He pounced on it real fast.
I know who I'm going to be for Halloween.
Noah Calorie.
Bob Bonsi.
Tejan Vassar.
Bob Bonsi.
1:38 to play and counting remaining in quarter 3. 25-7. The lead right now for the Highlanders. Clock is in their favor. Calorie going all the way to the sideline to get the play and trotting back in with it. Just needs to get it off. 10 seconds on the play clock. And now Coach Mulcahy signals for the timeouts. So a timeout for the Highlanders. 1:19 to play in quarter 3 and 25-7 the Highlander lead. He's going to talk to his freshman quarterback Calorie, and let's face facts, he got another year with Schoen here as the junior. And it's Noah Calorie's team in his junior year 2 years from now. The question will be, does coach try to just develop Calorie as the single quarterback in this offense, or does he continue with this 2-back set when it conveniences him?
The way he's played tonight, seems like it should be his team now, let alone next year and the year after. It just seems like the way he's been playing tonight, I mean, I haven't seen him against any other defenses, but man, it's been impressive tonight.
Indeed it has. Calorie back to pass with a rush on him. Not down yet, and now finished off.
I do appreciate the Blue Devils defense is still fighting. Even if they can't quite catch Tejan Vassar when he gets into the open field, I mean, they're still playing hard.
I see the freshman Jack Philbin was in there on the initial hit. Got a little assistance in there cleaning up the tackle at the end, but Philbin had the initial contact at the line. And I mean, I agree with you. And I think if we look back over 5 weeks of this season thus far, the defense is not where I'm going to be looking to assign some problems. This is not the New England Patriots with a defense that leaks like a sieve, and your offense has to post 50 points a night in order to, be competitive. This is a defense that's kept your offense in the game, that's given them good field position, and just has not in any way, shape, or form been able to finish.
It always seems like the offense gets going, they get that first step, but they can't really keep the ball rolling and turn these what are decent drives into touchdown drives, and that seems to be the problem for the Leominster offense.
Grab another timeout down on the field. 25 7/10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 25-7. Doherty's lead right now. Coming up next week here on the K-Zone, remember, it's Leominster High School football on Friday night, October the 13th. Leominster closes up shop here at historic Doyle Field, at least for now, after tonight's game. On the road, they go to Hal Lane Field in Holden. Wachusett presents the opposition. 7 o'clock the kickoff out there, and they would certainly appreciate you following them out to Hal Lane Field in Holden next Friday night. We'll be with you on the radio side beginning at 20 minutes past 6 with our Facebook live look-in on the K-Zone's Facebook page at WPKZ Radio. And then we join you for our radio countdown to kickoff beginning at 6:30. Next Friday night, October the 13th for Leominster and Wachusett. The home of the most live games is right here on the K-Zone. 4th down and extended distance, and the Highlanders go to the line, take a look, survey the field, and grab a timeout. Coach Mulcahy stopping the clock once again. The clock that wasn't started, of course, but nonetheless grabs the timeout. 25-7. That's Doherty's lead right now. On 4th and extended distance, they need to advance the football from the Blue Devil 18-yard line across the 5 to the 3-yard line for a first down, or beyond to the end zone for a score. I don't know where Tejan Vassar was. He was apparently split out wide. and now he will continue all the way out to the right.
I'm interested to see if they try and bring the 3 split out left across the field and try to open up some space for Vassar on the crossing route.
Callery in the gun, immediately rolls to his left, squares his shoulders, downfield to the end zone. He looks, pass is tipped and incomplete. Justice Reynolds got a hand in there. Intended receiver down the field looked like either Forson or Waterman for the Highlanders. Turnover on downs. Defense makes a stand. Ball back to the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Seems like we've seen what the defense is made of. Let's see what the offense is made of. I mean, there have been flashes. There have been big gains from Couch. There have been some decent passing plays, but it just hasn't all come together on one great drive. I mean, their one touchdown was, I believe, they started the drive on the 21-yard line. They didn't have very far to go. So let's see if they can put together one real good touchdown drive here late in the 3rd and at the start of the 4th quarter.
They certainly could use it. 1st down and 10, their own 18. Left hash, going right to left. Back to pass with some time. It's Gallagher. He rolls out to his right. Got some time. Still hanging, keeping the play alive. Absorbs a hit, chucks it down the right sideline and out of bounds. Incomplete. Kenny Amoa was the nearest person to the football. He's playing defense for the Highlanders. Pass falls incomplete. It looked like Gabe Elias was the intended receiver. He was downfield. No, check that. It was Rodriguez.
Pass protection really has not been there for the Blue Devils tonight. It seems every time that Pat tries to sit in the pocket and let the play develop, there's somebody on top of him before he can even look downfield and breathe.
2nd and 10 to go from their own 18 at left hash. Trips to the open side right. Counter movement on the snap by Couch. He gets the handoff, finds some room across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And that's the way the 3rd quarter will end here at historic Doyle Field. Teams will change ends in the all-important 4th quarter when we return. 25-7, Doherty leads. More to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV tonight. We want to thank you so very much for joining us. Jack Selly, Bradley Bedard heading up our great team of volunteers over there, pushing the buttons and making things look good all across our Leominster TV landscape, whether on Verizon or Comcast, streaming live at leominster.tv. For those of you that were joining us on Facebook Live, we appreciate you staying with us during the technical difficulties and transitioning from Facebook Live over to leominster.tv. So we do appreciate your hanging with us on that. We keep working on that Facebook Live, and again, we appreciate your patience. Great having people participate from all over the country, Arizona, New Hampshire, on down the line, and we do appreciate your being part of this, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia as well. Remember, anytime radio steps away, we've got bonus coverage for you on Leominster TV. Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster tonight on the K-Zone. Teams change ends, a 3rd down and 6 to go for the Blue Devils. Now going left to right here on your K-Zone radios, right to left for those of you joining us on your Leominster TVs. Gallagher back to pass, flat foot set, looks out to his right and throws. Harassed by Kenny Amoa was Brian Rodriguez, and the pass falls incomplete. We got some scores out there around the region tonight. Shepherd Hill and Wachusett are knotted at 34.
Lots of
4th
defense.
Quarter action there. Yeah, a lot of defense being played.
Wilmington over
that one as well.
Watertown right now, 24-17.
Ooh, Wilmington out in front of Watertown, 24-17, you say?
Marlboro over Fitchburg right now, 21-7.
End of 3rd quarter, St. John's 40, Shrewsbury High School 28. So Shrewsbury has not scored since before halftime, 40-28. St. John's has grabbed the lead there. Add a Shrewsbury touchdown right after that as we start the 4th quarter, and it's St. John's 40 and Shrewsbury 35, just as quick as we get that score out to you. So a 15-point ball game there.
I mean,
out
you're
in
such a
Shrewsbury
one-upper,
tonight.
it's not even funny.
That's what I'm here for.
You're the millennial one-upper.
In
What I'm here
And now,
point of fact,
Coach wants to know some scores. Help him out.
Point of fact, he actually got me that score a few moments ago, and I didn't get it slipped in because we were in bonus coverage.
I
Who
did
do
this
you
like
follow on Twitter?
It's so not hard.
was
Is the
following
funny
St.
thing about it.
John's.
No, I literally typed in earlier Shrewsbury football on Twitter and I found it in 10 seconds.
But I follow the athletic director.
Yeah,
Like, that
Twitter
counts.
search town football. That's it.
Okay.
It's so easy.
Apparently, I'm stupid.
Me too. This is what the millennials are for. They're
that
here
was
to
a given.
to bring us here on the broadcast.
I'm honestly pretty sure I'm too young to be a millennial.
You are, I
Because I think 1995, 1996, the cutoff. I'm November 1998. I think I'm Generation Z.
Your generation annoying is what you are.
man.
We're 5 seconds into this fourth quarter.
And we're going to kill each other.
Right here in front of us at
Generation
historic
war.
Doyle Field. It is 25-7. Doherty with the lead right now, and a fourth down for Leominster. Shotgun set, 4 receivers spread. Couches in the backfield with Gallagher the snap. Back to pass, Gallagher's got some time, steps up in the pocket, center of the field. Wide open, it's Mike Viola. Hits him in stride. Viola running away. 30, 20, 10, caught from behind across the 5. Looked like Kenny Amoa with the touchdown saving tackle. It was as he scrambled back into the play. But there's the pitch and catch. We knew it was possible.
This is what I was saying during the second quarter. It's not like the Highlanders are sitting in cover 3, cover 2 with safeties back there. The middle of the field has been wide open up the seams, and Pat finally made a great throw to Mike Viola, and that's a huge play to try and get back on the scoreboard and maybe, just maybe, get a little bit of a spark in this football game.
Here comes the pink, blue, and white wave going all the way down the field to try to punch one in for the Blue Devils. That's a 76-yard pitch and catch. Gallagher to Viola down the field. A first and goal for the Blue Devils. First time tonight inside of the 5-yard line at the 4.
That was a fourth down conversion, correct?
It was indeed. It was 4th on the season there. Back in the backfield behind Gallagher. The snap, whistles, kill the play. Bob Bonsi still waving things
What does
off.
he want?
And I don't believe they had the clock where they wanted it, and I believe that's what he is signaling now.
Well, alrighty then.
10:34 officially remaining here in the fourth quarter. 25-7. Doherty's lead with Leominster knocking on the door, and whatever happened, it benefited Coach Palazzi because he was not happy with what was going on out on the field.
Can I just say, are you not used to 65-yard passing plays on 4th and 6 in your own end? Is that not what you were expecting there?
Indeed, I was not. Marchand then Couch, a receiver to either side of this I formation. Under center goes Gallagher. Gallagher snap, give it to Couch. Leans his shoulder in for the goal line. Wing officials are converging. No signal yet. Still no signal. They're in. It's a Blue Devil touchdown. Adam Couch finishes off the drive on first and goal. Set up by the Gallagher to Mike Viola, 76-yard pitch and catch.
This is what I was getting at the start of the drive. Granted it was only like 5 plays, but they still put together a long touchdown drive, mostly on that long pitch and catch to Mike Viola, but still a little offensive spark. I'm pretty sure, is this the first touchdown they've scored in the second half in the last couple of weeks? Because I believe it is.
In recent memory. Second halves have been a little bit brutal for the Blue Devils. They've sent a play out on the field. The offense is still on the field. They're going to go for 2 with 10-10 remaining. That eye is back out there. Here's the eye again with Marchand and Couch and a receiver to either side. Viola is set to the right, Rodriguez to the left. Here's the snap. 2 fakes. Roll out from Gallagher. He's looking underneath. Now goes back of the end zone for Viola. High and long and incomplete. Teams will come back up the field. Leominster on the scoreboard again. It's Doherty 25 and Leominster 13 here at historic Doyle Field tonight, Kate.
All right, and we are going to take a quick break, and we want to send a quick thank you to Gabriel Patriquin back at Master Control for us. When we come back, we'll have more Leominster High School football here on the K-Zone WPKZ.
Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. We thank you so much for hanging with us. And I got a little text message from my pal Jack Selly. Jack has now moved from the sidelines to replay inside of the LTV mobile unit. He says, keep saying my name, I love the airtime, he says. He also says, I'm doing replay now, so that's how I'm able to relay that situation. as we continue here on Leominster TV, and we appreciate all of the hard work of our volunteers at Leominster TV. And by the way, can I say, Jack did a great job interviewing trees and bushes setting up for the Cannoli Fest this week. Check it out on Facebook.
I don't know what that meant.
Back here at historic Doyle Field in Leominster on the K-Zone tonight. 10-10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 25-13 is Doherty's lead. Leominster potentially back in the football game. Anthony Larson, the junior, ball in the tee, 40-yard line at our left, and Larson, full head of steam, launches it down the field, long and out the back of the end zone for the touchback. But a great kickoff by Anthony Larson. Where's he been all year long?
So about that.
Kid just looks like a kicker.
Mostly because he was kicking.
Oh, well, there's that. Kickers, I believe, have a shape.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think
quite lean.
I'm going off like balance here.
Have you seen the kicker at Penn State?
I have.
No, he's not with them anymore.
Have you seen the former kicker at Penn State? Talk about one-upping, Kate.
But
My God.
he has problems. He's working on that.
Still a pretty good kicker, though.
Indeed he is.
No, I like the kid. I really do.
I admire his perseverance.
Lays truck sticks on kickoffs. It's awesome.
Yes, he does.
The handoff for Vassar, still on the field with
That
Calorie.
juke.
He runs away from a defense. Speaking of a truck stick, across the 25 and out of bounds at the 31, and a first down for the Highlanders once again.
It's not just like top speed in the open field. The kid is just shifty. He's just quick. He's agile. He's tough to lay a hand on. You ever see? I didn't grow up in the '90s, but I heard about Barry Sanders and the way they talked about it. The players accused him of having like spray on it, like silicone on his pants, and he
Crisco?
couldn't get a good hand on him. That's what it looks like tonight. That might have been a bit of a hyperbolic comparison, but
we appreciate it
Yeah.
nonetheless. Hyperbole is part of the job.
that's the
I
idea.
like that you're buying into it. That's what I like. We'll have our power player of the second half coming up in a moment. First and 10 for the Highlanders. Here's the snap and the handoff for Vassar once again off the right side of the formation. Some extracurriculars away from the play. Miles Bowers tied up with one of the linemen. Looked like Charlie Payson, the left guard. They continue to block one another well away from the play. Our power player of the second half is brought to you by Blue Rock Energy. You have choices when it comes to energy providers, and Blue Rock Energy offers solid choices, excellent customer relationships, and evolving solutions to meet your needs. More details online at bluerockenergy.com. Our Blue Rock Energy power player of the second half is not Bob Bonsi.
Yes,
While I
it
wait
is.
for you. Amin Tori, give me a name out there. Who's your Blue Rock Energy power player of the second half?
I'll give it to Pat Gallagher just because I feel like that long play to Mike Viola might give this team a spark.
Wow,
It was
look at
needed,
that.
and meanwhile, back on the field, plenty of sparks by Vassar. Vassar
Goodbye.
bounces it to the right, now crosses the
Goodbye.
midfield stripe. Now the sprint is on, down the home stretch of the 100-yard dash. Wow, wow, wow. Tejan Vassar just ran away from the entire 11-man Blue Devil defense.
Here's what I will say. What we need to do is stop doing this power player segment because this is the second time in 3 weeks that I've done that, cut myself short because somebody's in the open field scoring a touchdown for the other team.
Tends to be how it goes, so perhaps the power player was then
Bob
Tejan
Bonsi.
Vassar.
This is my life.
Still
listen,
Bob Bonsi. I have a movement going up here, and it's still Bob Bonsi.
like, can I just say, like, Tejan Vassar has been so good tonight that as soon as I saw him get a little bit of space on the right side, I was like, okay, I mean, wrap this up fast because Todd's got something to talk about.
Indeed I did, and it was a track meet that Vassar was attending and nobody else was at.
I'm going to start getting hate mail from officials. Is that from Mom?
No, Janaki Fangaraj checking in on the broadcast.
Whoa.
Sotir Naslazi, in the meantime, sends a line drive into the hill wide to the left. Teams heading back up the field. Officials have to converge. There was some conversation going on at the end of the play. Whoop, and there's the flag out. Conversation wasn't over. Discipline out to be assessed, and it looks like it's against the Blue Devils as the conversation continues. I saw Brian Rodriguez saying to his teammates, we can't do that. We cannot get sucked into that, and it looks like Miles Bowers is going to be the guy that's going to get booked for the penalty that's going to ultimately cost Leominster field position. Field position they can't afford.
Here comes your call from your peak performer of the second half, the white hat. I'm rolling with it.
I know.
Here it is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the signal.
Look at the form.
Sharp and clear. Signal
Look
against
at it.
Leominster. They'll assess it on the kickoff.
God, it's a beautiful thing.
31-13.
For the love of God.
Doherty over Leominster.
Should we
Are we
keep
breaking?
it? I think we've run.
We're going to keep it right here. We'll get back to that in mere moments.
I'm
You
gonna
two
get
would stop
hate mail.
talking about the damn referees.
I had
Maybe
nothing
we
to
could go
do
to the
with
break,
this.
talk to our beautiful sponsors, get paid. No, that's fine.
We're
You two
actually
can keep
ahead. We're ahead on our breaks.
We
Oh,
are
okay.
ahead. We're ahead heading into the end of this one. Good opportunity by the to
And you
remind
always
you.
give the officials love of me. Don't you know anything?
Do I?
Always.
Well, it's useful.
It's useful.
It's like it's always good to know a judge. Like it's always good to know an official. Never a bad thing nonetheless.
Until I get hate mail from the Bonsi residents, I'm going to keep it up.
Coming up tomorrow here on the K-Zone. Again, you're home for the most live games. 6:45 pregame, 7:15 the kickoff. Boston College and Virginia Tech, a battle in the ACC. We'll have that one for you via our friends at the Boston
Chapel Hill?
College Eagle Radio Network. So that one will be out there tomorrow night. BC and Virginia Tech, 7:15 the kickoff. 6:45 we join the pregame on that one. Of course, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., it's the Money Pit Home Improvement Show right here on the K-Zone.
Rodriguez.
Bounces himself out to the right on the return, gets sprung by a nice block behind the play there. Looked like 21 on the block. Adam Couch, no, couldn't have been. Must have been 31. Boshan Dixon with
I
the
was
block.
going to say, really?
8:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. 31-13. It's an reverse kind of football game right now here at historic Doyle Field.
Now, if I may give an update on the Shrewsbury Civil War we've got going
you
on,
meant-
the Colonials were driving, looking to take the lead against St. John's. St. John's came with a huge pick in the end zone to stop the drive and get the ball back.
Do you guys recognize any of those people?
Oh,
Ow,
sorry
you
about that. It's
punched me in
the
the
Colonials
face.
and the Pioneers.
No.
Yes.
That's Watertown.
That's the Watertown. The Raiders tonight, all adorned in pink, supporting our K-Zone and Leominster TV Improvement of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure to be aware. Early
Gallagher to
detection
pass.
is key.
Elias with a
Yeah,
reception.
Gabe Elias makes the catch. He's got midfield, tries to slide awkwardly, goes down across the Highlander 40 to the 39. Kenny Amoa there for the stop once again.
You know what freaks me out about that photo, Kate,
You
is
should
that
be in it.
I saw that group of people.
Today.
I feel like a few weeks ago, right before I went home for the summer, and I was like, oh, the sophomores were at Victory. Those are seniors. They're not sophomores. They're seniors. I'm so old. It's terrifying.
You've also noticed your own mortality.
Yep.
First and 10. Gallagher back to pass from the Highlander
Ooh.
40. Eludes one tackle. Eludes yet another. Tucks the ball, steps across the 40 and out of bounds at the 39.
Going to give him no gain on the play.
And so if nothing else, I mean, the Blue Devils have been playing fairly well in the second half. They're putting up a fight. They're driving on offense. They're making stops on defense until, Tejon Vassar gets into the open field, at which point I don't know what you do about that. I mean, these are the most cheers and the loudest I've heard
Build
this
a
place
wall.
get in the second half in the 3 weeks that I've
big,
been here.
beautiful wall.
Oh, good Lord.
It's made of chain.
Is this
You
what
can
we're
see
doing?
through it.
Hey.
I mean,
Final
reference is
score
key.
update. Neshoba 21-0 over Algonquin.
Kate, I'll one-up you in a second.
Continues
Oh,
to struggle.
It was a final. How can you one up
Second
a
and
final
9.
score?
I'll find a way.
The handoff goes straight up the middle of the field in the hands of Couch.
That's the A gap.
Yes, it will, and it'll make a 3rd down and 9 to go.
And we talked about how good Emin Dennis was against Leominster 2 weeks ago. 45-yard touchdown run. St. John's 46, Shrewsbury 35 with 4 minutes to play in Shrewsbury.
Wow. Not a lot of defense being played out there tonight, although a little defense did lead to that
Do you
score.
have Nipmuc on
We
there?
will say that.
Do you have Nipmuc?
I do. Nipmuc's battling with St. Bernard's tonight.
7-0 final. Nipmuc wins.
Wow.
It's a real
Nipmuc
barn burner. That's a
steals
shootout
one.
if I've ever heard
That's a
one.
baseball score.
That is not only a baseball score, that's an upset special right
Ooh,
there.
okay, that's
Pass is complete for Brian Rodriguez from Gallagher. Rodriguez backpedaling across the 15-yard line and pulled down at around the 14. And a little bit of rhythm going on here. 7:25 remaining here in the fourth.
25-yard pass and catch.
I'm very interested in that Nipmuc win over St. Bernard's. Bill Thomas is somewhere celebrating out loud, our partner and a Nipmuc graduate. A 7-0 final on that one. Nipmuc steals one from the Bernardians tonight.
7-0.
7-0.
That's
Wow.
that's a baseball score, and it's not a very good baseball
They played
game.
better than the Red Sox did tonight. 1st and 10 to go. Shotgun set, 4 receivers wide. Back to pass Gallagher with some time. Got another block. Bounces out. Now he's going to tuck and run up the middle of the field. Crosses the 10. Legs cut out from under him. Down to the 8. Goes a gain of 5. And Leominster grabs a timeout, stopping the clock with 6:55 to play in the fourth. and a 31-13 score. Doherty on top of Leominster. This is a good time for our in-game update. It's brought to you by Dream Kitchens. When it's time to remodel your kitchen or bath, it's time to call Dream Kitchens and Baths of Leominster. 44 Mead Street in Leominster, online at dreamkitchens.net. In-game update, anybody who's got a score.
Shepherd Hill right now over Wachusett in the fourth quarter, 41-40. Where's the D?
Yeah, 81 points in that one. Nothing says defense like 81 points. Wow.
Right now, Marlborough over Fitchburg in the fourth quarter, 21-14.
Final from Victory Field, fourth quarter, 2-minute warning from Victory Field tonight. Wilmington has opened up its lead on Watertown, 32-17. That's our in-game update, brought to you by Dream Kitchens. 2nd and 5, Gallagher rolls to his left, throws to the pylon. It's Brian Rodriguez. He's in the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown. Gallagher to Rodriguez.
Why do I feel like we're watching the exact opposite football game as we watched from the last 2 weeks?
There's no time like the present to reverse trends.
Oh man, I mean, we talked about playing a complete football game, and not to take away anything from the way Leominster's playing right now, because I really appreciate the fight they're putting up and how well they're playing in the second half. But again, it's like they either play an excellent first half or an excellent second half, and it just seems
two together would be good. Gallagher gets the snap down, and Rodriguez drives the kick through. Teams coming up the field. 6:47 to play in the fourth. Doherty 31 and Leominster 20. 11 points is the number. More to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. Good opportunity to once again thank all of our fantastic action sports supporters. The El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths. We thank all of you for supporting LTV's action sports and making this great programming possible. We do appreciate that, and all of the hard work done by our volunteers here at Leominster TV. And it's not over yet. On the road we go. Smaller staff indeed for Leominster TV, but they will be with us all year long as we welcome you back on the K-Zone as well. Just making mention and bonus coverage to our viewers over on Leominster TV as Leominster heads out on the road to Wachusett next week. Game will be available live on the radio as it happens here on the K-Zone. Replays will be available with simulcast coverage from Leominster TV. Bradley Bedard will load up the van and down to Hal Lane Field we all go next Friday night.
Onside.
Anthony Larson with the onside kick attempt. Good looking kick, but angled a little bit poorly. Crosses midfield and fielded by Doherty at the 48-yard line.
That was a 17-yard kickoff. 6:46 left to go in this one.
Well, now Bradley Bedard, as we continue in our one-upment goal here, Bradley Bedard over in the LTV truck calling signals. He is saying they will be live from
I saw the camera,
Holden
Bradley.
next
I'm
week.
so excited.
So
I saw
we're excited with that.
The camera.
We love good opportunities.
They got new toys this week.
Live on the radio, live on television, all that excitement coming to you next week. Leominster and Wachusett. More details on that as we continue throughout the night.
Oh, boy.
Quick
Stop.
handoff there by Callery, and down went the back almost immediately. That was Vassar on the carry. Back to the 45-yard line, and Amin Torrey gives me the hand signal. He's got numbers.
So you've got Bill Ricca at Groton Dunstable on here, which is strange because North Andover claims they're tied 21-21 with Bill Ricca.
Yeah, I think what that was actually
Last
Weston. That was last week.
Okay.
Because we were looking at that earlier.
Because I was like, neither of those teams are in Central Mass, so I was a little bit confused why I had that on the sheet.
Just occasionally, you use the same sheet, start making adjustments.
Okay.
These things happen. I will occasionally admit to a
Human.
mistake. At least I thought I made one, but then I think I was wrong. So the handoff goes to Vassar. He turns the left corner of the formation, crossed the 45 and brought down at midfield. Gains back what was lost, plus a small handful more. Gain of 4, 3rd down, 8 to go. At midfield, they need to move the football to the Blue Devil 42-yard line for a first down. As the Highlanders continue from right to left on your K-Zone radios, or left to right for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. And here come the Highlanders to the line on 3rd and 8. Shotgun set. Callery in the gun.
Keep
Faked it to Vassar. Calorie kept it himself. Stepped in the bear trap, crossing the 46-yard line, and came down around the 45, a little bit across the 45. They give him the 44 and a half. It will lead to a 4th down, about 3 yards to go. They need to move the football to the Blue Devil 42 for a 1st down.
And I'm thinking it might be a little bit too late to really get back in this ball game, but man, if the Blue Devils aren't fighting for their dignity right now.
A monumental effort in this second half.
And that's not something we saw the last couple of weeks. We saw a great game in the first half devolve into a blowout, devolve into something of an embarrassment, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about tonight on this football field. They're playing hard, and they're playing well here in the final 22 minutes of this football game. See, I can be optimistic.
And I think the part that I like the most, is the fact that we're seeing some new numbers mixed in there as well. Players that are getting first opportunities on the field. We noted Jack Philbin earlier. See him out on the field, getting in the mix, replacing some people that have gone down injured, getting opportunities, getting solid playing time as a freshman on the varsity squad, and making contributions.
See, you like that? I hate it because I have to learn more names. And that just makes my job harder, okay? I know 13 guys, that's it. I don't get paid to know more than any. Oh, wait, I don't get paid at all.
And that's why we love you.
Oh,
You work for the right price.
But
You don't need volunteerism to graduate college?
He survived his community
No.
service at Watertown High School, by the way. It's
Yeah,
36 hours of community service.
Yeah, because I was the manager for the track team sophomore year, and they got me like 62 hours, and I got 150 others from a summer camp that I got paid for.
And your track work there. Let us not forget. You get the old starter's pistol out.
Oh, God, I asked Witt if he'd give me the starting pistol, and he just laughed. He just giggled. And then he gave it to Sullivan the next week, and I asked Sullivan, he's just like, get out of here. Do you think we're going to trust you with that?
Amin Tori, starter pistol-esque. See him at the next Olympics coming to a field near you. Hey, there's Chris Schoen. He's back on the field in punt formation and gives a quick little coffin corner that rolls across the 10-yard line and is down about the 6. Brian Rodriguez faked at it very dangerously in your own end of the field, by the way. Picked up and run in by the Highlanders for nothing.
Not to put Bradley Bedard on the spot, but if we have a replay there, it really looked to me like that caught a foot or an ankle. Looked to me, maybe the football took a weird bounce at a weird time, but I thought he touched it.
Tony Nuan was the guy who thought that he scored. The officials say there was no contact. We'll see if Leominster TV comes up with a replay with an angle that maybe could see that. Very close. A lot of, by the way, close scores out there tonight. We are looking forward to relaying these to you. Coming up in our post-game show, your most comprehensive Central Mass scoreboard coming your way. Mike LeClaire checking in from Ayr and Murdoch tonight. Gallagher from his own end of the field, from his own 5, back to pass, in the grasp, throws it downfield. Brian Rodriguez continued his routing gun in the general neighborhood.
Bradley
the pass
says there's a
falls
replay coming up.
incomplete.
I'd love to see
Did
it.
he already do it?
I don't believe
Bradley
so. I
says
had an eye
watch the
on it.
replay.
All right, replay coming up, they tell me. You have my undivided attention right
$10
now.
is they already ran it, and we're completely useless.
We were kind of busy calling the live play. That, of course, makes things complicated.
Live schmlive.
I'll wait for the big crescendo, and then hopefully we'll see
He says
that
running it now.
in a moment. In the midst of a
No.
live play? I don't think so.
No.
4:15 to play in the 4th.
We still love you, though.
Indeed we do. 2nd and 10. Out of a gun.
We're not
3
getting it,
receivers
no.
open to the left. Here's the gun. Gallagher, time, goes slant for Elias. High and outside and incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
A bit of a missed opportunity because Gabe Elias ran a great route on that little
He ran
slant
it
skinny
twice.
post.
No, Bradley. We're communicating with Bradley, by the way, via text message and conversation on the air. But no, we did not get the replay in either case. But I'm sure it looked great. Jack, queued it up for us, played it back. I bet it looked fantastic.
This is what
Well, can you just tell us if he touched the ball or not? That's all I want to know, because if he didn't, I never said anything about it.
This is what happens when you let Jack back in the truck.
3rd down and 10. No, Jack's doing a great job over there. He says to
He
pay
says pay attention.
Bradley,
to this
Bradley,
next
listen.
play.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it.
We're staring at
We're
the
going-
screen.
we're going-
I'm not
under the
even.
hood.
I'm watching the. I'll watch the monitor.
All right, thank you. 3rd down and 10 to go. Leominster at their own 6-yard line, coming left to right on your K-Zone radios,
Bradley's
or
also
right to
getting
left
really
on
snippy
Leominster
with me.
TV. What's new? Out of the gun, 4 receivers set. From his own goal line, hit as he throws. And Gallagher's pass wobbles to the ground, incomplete.
Nothing
You have
yet.
my undivided attention.
Ay nada.
I see live action Players are running around on the field. No crescendo, no replay.
So what I would love is if the people at home are seeing the replay and they're just like, guys, just get over it.
Just
we
look at
saw
the
it
replay."
3 times. Stop talking about it.
A 4th down and 10 to go. Leominster backed up in its own territory.
Bradley and Jack literally must be screaming at the truck.
They're going to come hit
Why
us.
can't they see me? I just keep thinking about that that replay. The gentleman's name was Bino. I can't think of his last name from ESPN and those outtakes. Why can't he hear me? Every time I come down here, they can't hear me. I could just see that going on over in the truck. They can't see this. Marchand gets the punt away to an empty midfield.
He says, I promise, wait.
And the ball was touched down by Viola.
Yes, dear.
Bradley's about to have like a Bill O'Reilly,
Yes.
Lawrence O'Donnell style
Lawrence O'Donnell
meltdown. He's just going to be launching vulgarities and
make
water
sure you're
bottles
watching
at us.
this right now.
I've been watching it the whole time, man. Hey, Bradley, you can see me on the screen. I'm looking right at it. You can see me on the other side. I'm looking at the screen.
He's the guy skinny in the black top.
Skinny.
Next to the guy that looks like a highlighter. But that is for a purpose, as we here at Leominster TV and the K-Zone again
You like to be the center of
are
attention.
acknowledging breast cancer awareness in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Remember, early detection is the key. Schedule your mammograms early and often as requested by your doctor. Remember,
Got that,
early
Amin?
detection is the key.
Yep.
1st down and 10 to go from midfield. Pistol formation for Calorie.
He says, after this
Fake
play.
the handoff, goes nowhere but down. Does
so
Calorie.
In all caps, too.
Yep.
All right, hold on.
He's screaming at us via text message.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the viewers at home are going, I'd like to see the game. This replay is really getting in the way.
There's literally
Still can't
nothing.
see it. Still live, Bradley.
The picture's gorgeous.
It
looks
is
great
gorgeous.
tonight. If you weren't joining us earlier on the telecast, or maybe the truck was busy at the time, spoke to some viewers today on Leominster TV. Great respect for the improvements in the signal and how fantastic it's been looking.
Yes, we've seen replays all night.
Except for these.
for the last 5 minutes.
Yes. Well, except for that first half where the monitor was blank. But,
Well,
you know,
yeah, when the monitor was black. for the
Since
first
Jack fixed the monitor, the answer is yes.
Bradley, it's a lost cause.
time.
It's
The
a
all
failure.
caps, though, he's real upset with me.
Having the proverbial
A
meltdown.
lot of all caps.
He's like, we're not bringing this equipment out until Thanksgiving. There's a gain of a yard on the play.
He's about to
3rd
kick
down
down
and
our
9.
door and just come in guns a-blazing.
We've been playing them all night. Don't quote that.
Don't quote that.
There was a 4-letter expletive in the middle of that text.
My favorite part is he thinks we just literally sit here and repeat everything.
He says,
Don't
which we
say
have
that.
been more or
Don't
less.
say that.
Johnnicky was like mildly mortified that I mentioned that her appearance, she made a brief appearance
Yeah,
on
she
there
did.
too.
We got to mention.
I texted her and she was just like, what, how, why, no.
Every time we get a shout out, joining us all the way from University of Illinois.
Yeah.
The Illini.
In the Illini must have a big battle in the Big Ten tomorrow.
Amin's bringing us fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
See, now
I'm a man
I
of the
will bet,
people.
knowing the relationship that he has with Johnnicky would say she tuned in to hear me, and Amin was just a kind of.
Oh,
a
we get the
happenstance.
bottom
Are
bar
you
back.
saying
We
that
haven't had that
Johnnicky
in
and
a
I
while.
have a relationship based around making fun of each other and never acknowledging our affection?
Isn't that
More or
your-
less
yes.
like brother and sister. Yes, that would be
Yeah.
correct.
All right, we have.
That's the handoff to Vassar. Still in the game, by the way, up 11.
We have
as
a
they
football game to talk about.
Turn the corner, gains about 9 on the play. Timeout taken by the Blue Devils as they continue to try to slow
Fixed
things
it.
down.
Yep.
I was going to ask, because we weren't seeing the on-screen graphics,
yeah.
I was getting the feeling that
Maybe
that
there was a problem.
yeah, and we were just getting,
Replay!
there's the
Replay!
replay. Hold on. Bradley, we're seeing it.
All right, here's the punt rolling in. It crosses the 10-yard line. Rodriguez faked it.
Oh, he
It
did
touched
touch
his foot.
it.
It sure
He
did touch
did
his
touch
foot.
it.
Bradley,
Ooh-wee,
Bradley, you beautiful, beautiful man.
That punt did indeed touch the foot of Rodriguez.
Nice call,
And
Amin.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Duan was right. That ball should have been up for a touchdown.
Whoever had that camera angle, well
There's
done.
the look. Yeah, great look at it there. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't fake at it. Back and forth,
Eagle eye over
clearly
here.
off the foot. Nice. Wow.
Eagle eye.
I want to give a kudos to Bradley Bedard in the replay, kudos to that cameraman, and of course, kudos to me seeing it.
For noticing it live on live speed.
That's what I'm here for, me and my 2016 vision, man.
I was quite impressed. But wow. I mean, talk about a situation that benefited you. Occasionally, things
not
do work
crazy.
out.
Oh, our output was locked
Locked on
on camera
camera
one. That'll do it.
What's funny is I think that how many texts in a row were in all caps?
35.
Let's see. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4,
Fourth down
5.
coming up here for the Highlanders. We're going to get back to Bradley in a minute. Fourth down and about 3 to go. Whoops.
Yeah, they did.
It looked like Sam Doa stepped back from the left guard position there. It's going to be a false start and a 5-yard penalty on this one. So these things happen, as it turns out. 5-yard penalty coming up against the Highlanders. Fourth down and longer. They send Schoen out on the field to punt. I think the best part is, I'm going to quote what Bradley's been saying to me all year long. Just remember, this year, we're implementing a lot of new things, and next year's going to be the year. We're going to get it better for next year. We're going to go through all this. We're going to go through all the growing pains this year. It's a Bradley Bedard quote to me, and everything's going to be better next year, so don't worry about it. Schoen gets the punt away. End over end, it will roll. It will be returned. This is Adam Couch. Couch throws a little shimmy, crossing the 20-yard line, caught from behind and pulled down at the 25.
Let me ask you a question. When Bradley said that quote, was he that calm and stoic as he said it?
Well, Bradley only has one speed. It's calm and stoic. I made it much more animated for the broadcast.
To be fair, you also only have one speed. And
Yeah, that's
I think I
fact.
described it to you in an email last week, but I'm not sure it's an appropriate thing to say on
Now,
air.
that also had some
Hey, look at
four-letter
you with the
expletives
filter.
with it. I tell you, he's made some great growth this week.
Get you with a filter on
It's been a big week for him.
Do I not usually have a filter? I haven't
Nope.
sworn yet.
No.
I'm waiting for that one. I'm keeping that in my back pocket.
First and 10 at the 26. Leominster coming left to right on your K-Zone radios. Back to pass, Gallagher. Rolls out to the left. Now back to the right. Center of the field. He finds Mike Viola. Pass complete at the 34-yard line. Gain 7.
And they got to keep the ball moving here, but that was some great poise in the pocket by Pat Gallagher, keeping his eyes downfield and making that throw to keep this drive alive right now.
Exactly what they've needed to see.
Wow.
Second down and 4 to go.
Final.
Back to pass. Slant. Complete
Nice.
for Viola. Beat a defender. Now Viola's going to try to go sideline. Gabe Elias gets out in front of him for the block. And Viola angles out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
And some real life here for Leominster. If they get on the board real fast, this football game might not be over.
42-yard pitch and catch, and a lot of it was yak. That's yards after catch.
Look at all these replays and widgets we got.
It's amazing. I'll tell you, it's like we just got replayed.
It's like we just got replayed 2.5 minutes ago. All right, we did.
Oh, boy.
We're a sad group. in
We
here.
are indeed, but happy to be here with you.
Only the
wherever
most
you are.
professional here at
Port
WPKC.
Derek drowned, by the way, sitting back at master control at the K-Zone's going, thank God everything's working tonight.
And
Nobody's talking
and
about me.
Gabriel Patrick Brent.
Back to pass. Here we go. Gallagher rolls out on first down. He has to get rid of the football. He will throw
That
it away
one
wide
headed
to
to
the right.
Steve Dubzinski, the intended.
Yeah, Vice Principal Steve Dubzinski over there. Also no eligibility left that I know of. 2:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. No red shirt that I know of.
And again here, they're still splitting out Rodriguez wide out on the opposite side from the hash mark to get him in some space. And Pat's looking that way every time, but it just seems like he's hesitating a little bit and not making that throw. If he can get some separation, because they are playing with a lot of cushion, and they make just a quick throw on a quick out route or a hitch route, they might be able to pick up a few yards on the outside, get him out of bounds, and stop the clock.
Indeed they might, and that's what they need. Chasing 11 here. 2:51 to play in the fourth quarter. 31-20. Doherty with the lead. Leominster driving at the Highlander 24-yard line. Back to pass. Gallagher looks comeback screen, and he throws a shovel pass into the ground, incomplete. Oh boy. Oh boy, that could have been 1,000 shades of ugly. Lucky he got the arm going forward and away.
Bob Bunzy had the call right away.
He did.
Down, incomplete.
Nervous moment there.
Move
I
along.
actually think that was a pretty
Bob
good play
Bunzy
by
had
Pat
that
Gallagher.
all day.
That's something I've seen Brady do 1,000 times when he's getting pressure. Just kind of fires into the feet of his receivers to avoid any intentional grounding type deal, because that would be very bad.
So that receiver was not eligible.
Oh.
That receiver was Dan Morey, the center.
To me, it looked like number 6.
6-ish.
J.C. Cora. but
Well, that's nice of you to say.
The
I
other
could be wrong.
quarterback.
3 receivers. Chorus slot to the left. Back to pass. With some time, Gallagher
Run,
lost
run.
the pursuit. Falling down throws. Passing complete, but a good job getting rid of that one. under pressure, goes downfield there. I like that.
I do want to say, I really think that was JC Cora. I'm saying, hey, last week, I thought it was Mike Viola, and you thought it was Connor Marcia, and you were like, nah, blue spats versus white spats. I got this. I watched the replay. I was right. It was Mike Viola. So I'm going with me. That's what I'm doing. I got faith in myself.
You know, it's funny watching him develop a little bit. He's got a little personality. He's speaking. We've been able to hear him all night long.
It's literally, it's the pre-workout. That's all it is. It's
right,
2
then.
scoops of C4 and some water.
All right, well,
C4?
3 scoops
the
then
brand.
of C4 for next week. Then we'll get you through that game.
By the 4th game, I'm just going to dump the whole tub into some water.
Into a large.
That can't be healthy.
Oh boy.
No, that'd kill me.
Yeah.
4th down and 10 to go, and Leominster keeping the drive alive here.
Look at him. He looks like he's
Shotgun
in
set,
the
4
line.
receivers, 3 to the left. Elias is one-on-one short to the right. Gallagher with some time, steps up. Oh, he got hauled down. That's got to be a horse collar tackle, as that was right between the shoulder blades. No flag, no call.
Oh.
Gallagher just picks up his mouthpiece, which came flying out, and away he goes to the sideline. Taking a look at a replay here on Leominster TV, we'll see that, to me, I mean, it's the shirt collar. It was not the shoulder pad collar. And
that's
down he
whiplash.
goes. Wow.
That's whiplash inducing.
Just one hand put him on the bench.
And the air kind of just went out of the
Out of the building again. 31-20, 2:32 to play. A handoff goes to Vassar. Still in the game, by the way, amazingly.
Now he goes
Vassar
down.
gets pulled down. Back in the football game, by the way, that is Dominic V squared, Dominic Vasquez.
That's not going to catch on.
Yeah, I keep trying.
Stop making
With the tackle.
No, absolutely not.
I like it.
Nobody else does.
Can I just say, though, even if that was a little deflating the end of that last drive, I feel a lot better right now than I did at this point in the last couple football games.
I agree.
Even if the season's really kind of over from here on out as far as playoff qualification goes. They put up a fight tonight. They really, truly did. They came out in the second half. They played hard, and they really played well. I mean, I can't remember what the score was going into halftime. I think it was 18-7, but I think they've outscored or tied the Highlanders in the second half.
Get
I
that
don't know.
math going.
I'm not a math major.
What we call that is progress. Vassar again covers up, and he goes to the ground.
And I'm sure we'll talk about this plenty in the postgame, but we see 2 weeks of great first halves, and then now a week of a pretty rough first half and an excellent second half. And it seems, as you said earlier, those two together would be nice.
Yes,
and,
indeed.
it's still an issue of playing 44 minutes of good football. And
Good opportunity to promote, by the way. Post-game coming on the radio side in moments as we reach the conclusion of this one about a minute from now. Game time, that is. You can tune in to the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, streaming at WPKZ.net. For your post-game, we are just getting started when this game ends here on the K-Zone. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, we'll say farewell to you, and please tune over to the radio side to catch our post-game. We've got the most comprehensive scoreboard in Central Mass, and we've got a lot of great scores out there tonight. Exciting football games all over D3 Central Mass. We'll recap them all coming up in our post-game, as well as review the stats, preview some upcoming programming, including that BC Virginia Tech game coming up tomorrow. More information on that. Plus, remember, the Scholastic Sports Zones on Sunday, 11 a.m. to noon, with Howie Kahn on the K-Zone. Big guest this week, Mike Viola is on the list from your Leominster Blue Devils, so tune in for that one on the Scholastic Sports Zone coming up Sunday on the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, streaming live, WPKZ.net, Howie Kahn Scholastic Sports Zone. The final ticks not going to come off the clock. A timeout recorded down on the field.
I thought that child was going to jump over the barrier and into your lap.
I know, he seemed
Very
very
excited.
excited. Last play of the game coming up here out of the sideline. It's a 4th down and long coming up, and Schoen's back on the field to punt. He stands at about his own 13-yard line. Meanwhile, going downfield to field the punt is Voshan Dixon. Good snap to Schoen. Gets the punt away off the side of his foot. high hop and then takes a Highlander bounce back toward midfield. Down at the Highlander 49-yard line, and that's the final play of the football game. Final score here from historic Doyle Field tonight. It's Doherty 31 and Leominster 20. Improves to 4-1 through the Blue Devils tonight. Leominster falls to 0-5, increasing that worst start in history. We were told the 0-4 start dated back to the 1960s, 63-64 season, somewhere in that neighborhood. We want to thank all of you that joined us on Leominster TV tonight. Please turn over to the K-Zone for our post-game. For Bradley Bedard, the rest of the staff at Leominster TV, for Amin Torrey and Kate Robbins, I'm Todd Robbins. Thank you so very much for joining us on Leominster TV. Leominster falls to 0-5. The Highlanders improve to 4-1 with a 31-20 victory here tonight. It's Leominster at Wachusett next week. Join us on Leominster TV for that as well. Have a great Columbus Day weekend. Until next week, for all of us here at Leominster TV, so long, everybody. For those of you continuing on with us on the K-Zone, we've got more as we're just getting started. Post-game scores from all around the region, final statistics, preview of upcoming weeks in broadcast, all that coming up as we continue from historic Doyle Field tonight. 31-20, Doherty is a winner. Leominster drops to 0-5, more to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.